Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook, and we don't have time for introductions today because Noah and I are here today to talk about Avengers: Infinity War. Oh wow, okay. So this review will contain all of the spoilers. So if you
Awesome.
haven't seen the movie, what is wrong with you? Go see the movie. Then come back
Get
and
out.
watch this. Watch this video. Um, so just to start off, without spoiling anything, just basic overview. Just what did you think about this movie? Just pure reaction, no spoilers.
It took a lot to just like process, I would say, especially how things kind of ended up. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
really good. There's a ton of epic moments in this movie. You're just like I'm in my seat, just like, yeah, like,
Mm,
so hype, great moments, really good characters. I mean, everybody's really like you really like it. The characters you like, you love. The characters you didn't think you liked, like
yeah,
everything works out well. The development's good, the story's good, the new characters are pretty good. Like it's fun. If you like Marvel movies of any kind, you'll
yeah,
love this movie.
yeah. And that's essentially like how I would pitch this movie. Like, if you have been following the MCU the entire time and you've seen pretty much every single movie, you have to see this movie. Like, it's
Hmm.
quintessential Marvel movie. Um, the really like may like there are a few nitpicks here and there that
Hmm.
I would say. But, like, the main one is that it kind of jumps around a little bit too much. Like, there were times where something big was about to happen, then it jumped into space, and then it jumped back to
Yeah,
Captain America's group, and then like it, but like it
yeah,
wasn't overly jarring. It was just noticeable, I guess.
yeah. Which I mean, which with this many characters is something that expected because you
Yeah.
gotta be able to go from here to here, especially from characters in different planets and whatnot. You gotta go
Mm-hmm.
here to here, and then back here, and then back here.
Yeah.
And it kind of, and eventually it does kind of all end up in the same place, so it works
Mm-hmm.
out. But it's just it's almost kind of like watching three journeys, and then they simultaneously end at one point. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
kind of
And
it's all right.
kind of because of that, they weren't really able to focus on every single character with the same
Mhm.
amount of focus. Like, of
Right.
course, like, like the main ones you expect to really be focused on, like Iron Man, Captain America, even like Spider
Yeah.
Man, like they're and the Guardians, of course, like they were going to be focused on, but like some of the more so side characters didn't get as much focus on, but that's
Right.
fine. There were what, 20 Avengers in this movie? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
you had,
Somebody's gonna get left out.
yeah, like, even if it was someone who like had a big movie, someone, like Doctor Strange, I would feel
Mhm.
he, got a lot of focus, but not as much as I feel he maybe could have. Or especially Black Panther, who his movie was huge,
Yeah.
but like he didn't really get to do a whole lot. But still, what he did do, same with Doctor Strange, what they
Was.
did do, I felt was really cool and impressive. So,
Mhm. Yeah. Basically, just like, it's like, look, we have so many characters who could do their own movie, but we only have one movie. So we're just gonna use everything we can. So,
yeah.
the occasional character's not gonna get so much screen time,
Mm,
but it's like at the end of the day, you get the Avengers
yeah.
regardless. So it's fine.
Yeah, and the majority of the characters who didn't get so much focus are the ones who are getting sequels, like Black Panther 2,
Right.
Doctor Strange 2, even Guardians 3. So even if you didn't feel these certain characters, didn't get as much focus, you're gonna see them again. So
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, pretty much just like no one's mad. No one should be mad. Like, oh, my character didn't get enough screen. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, there's plenty of movies and millions to go around. Don't
Mm-hmm. Oh
worry.
yeah, and we'll get to that in particular in a bit. Um, so is there anything else we should kind of touch on generally before we go full into spoilers?
Um, if you haven't seen it for some reason, go see it because
And
it's pretty awesome.
yeah, statistically you have, because this
Right.
movie had the
But
biggest opening weekend of any movie ever.
ever, ever, like literally, if you haven't seen this movie, you're like, I mean, you're in the minority if you
Yeah,
haven't seen the movie at this point,
either
and it's only been out a week.
either you don't watch movies or you're in China because it hasn't opened in
Oh,
China yet. Other than those two are the only reason you haven't seen this movie, basically.
even if you're in China, find a way. Use your knowledge. You can
like,
do this.
like
Oh my goodness. But yeah.
ever since Disney bought Star Wars, Marvel and Star Wars has always kind of had a bit of a rivalry. So seeing
Hmm.
Infinity War just destroy The Force Awakens at the box office,
Everything.
258 million
Just
opening weekend. It's insane.
like it's nothing. Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, why not? Oh, did I do that? Like, it just like just records are gone.
Yeah. Like
And it's like
you thought Black Panther did insane numbers. It only did 400 million its opening weekend. Infinity War did 640-ish million opening weekend. Well, globally without China. Like what?
and
That's
China's huge.
that's
Like
almost the entirety of Justice League. Just let that set in.
just 1 week of, yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean you're right. Like literally it's been 1 weekend or 1 week and literally just destroys every other
Yeah.
movie.
And
Like
of
that's
course,
just
you have some DC fanboys like trying to damn the control by saying, "Oh, it had one of the highest Friday to Monday dips." Yeah, that's going to happen.
everybody saw it on Friday. Everybody saw it on Friday. So naturally, if the entire world watches it on Friday, less people are going to watch it on
Yeah.
Monday just because.
Yeah, so that's not a good argument. It's just
No,
not.
no, it's like it's not how it works, you know? Like if everyone's already saw it, they're still trying to recover.
Yeah.
I mean,
And just and something that this movie didn't really have an advantage over Star Wars was that, or really most other movies, is that this isn't really a movie you want to see again right away.
no, no, it is not.
Which I think that's a decent segue. Spoilers, okay? If you haven't seen it, what are you doing here? Just
Get out
spoilers.
now. That's the last thing
Spoilers,
I'll
okay?
say.
Don't get mad at me if we spoil something, okay? Just okay. I think we're good.
All
So,
right.
where do we even start?
Oh, all right, okay. Let's just start at the beginning.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so obviously, if you've watched it, you've seen the movie. So movie opens up, boom, Asgardians on the
Actually,
ground, just like
before we start there, like this movie starts out like the Marvel logo is happening, and usually
mhm,
when that Marvel logo is happening, we either hear like the generic Marvel theme or the
right,
Avengers theme. And I was fully expecting to get hyped listening to the Avengers theme at the beginning of the movie.
right.
It started out quiet, and then it kind
Mhm.
of like this jumbled, like distress signal almost. Like
Yeah.
what is happening right now? And like it starts off in a super somber moment. Like this is not what I was expecting.
No, like it's literally it sets the tone for the whole movie. Like this
Mhm.
isn't gonna be like the other Avengers movie. Like
Yeah.
this is not gonna be, oh, happy ever after we get shawarma afterwards. Like
Nah.
this is not
Uh,
like it's letting you know now that if you're in the
yeah.
weak of heart, you should leave the theater.
And then it cuts straight to the Asgardian ship just getting
Just
demolished by lasers and Thanos'
demolish.
minions. Like
Oh my
what?
goodness. It's so bad. And then, and like right off the bat, Hulk gets the business from
Yes,
Thanos.
I
Like it's
love that
nothing.
scene.
And I was
Like,
just like,
yeah,
oh, no. I mean,
like
that is. Uh,
I love the setup for that scene because Loki, being the trickster that he is, was like,
right.
"There's two things wrong with what you just said. I'm not Asgardian, and we have a Hulk, and Hulk just comes out of nowhere and starts to beat the crap out of Thanos, and then Thanos is like, okay, I was distracted. I'll give you that. Now, punch, punch, break, dead."
Done. Done. I mean, Hulk was done like that. I'm like, he just. I mean, that
And
was so like.
like
I was just like,
I
what are we
and
gonna
like
do?
that makes that type of scene I felt was so necessary just to show how powerful this villain is. Because
I
in the
know.
first Avengers movie, actually in both Avengers movies, you had Hulk essentially be the one to defeat the bad guy at the end. But
Pretty
this
much.
time, Hulk, tried to do a Loki to Thanos, and it didn't work. It didn't
I mean,
work.
And it was, I mean, it was, and the thing, it's so early. Like we're literally 5 minutes
Hmm.
in, and the arguably, according to the computer, strongest Avenger
Yeah.
gets demolished. Just work. And I was just like,
He gets
yo, what are
punched.
we gonna
He
do?
gets punched so hard. Hulk is scared to come out
That's what
again
I'm
after
saying.
that.
Like Hulk's like, bro, I'm done. Like he's like, I quit. I
I don't care
two
how
weeks
mad you
notice. Like
get. I don't want to come out
he
now.
just walked out. He's just done. Like he's like, you know what?
It's
That
not worth
guy
it.
is
It's
terrifying.
not
And I'm
worth
like,
it.
if Hulk is scared, why are we still here? Because this
Like
is bad.
the
Like this
character
is
that is
so
purely
bad.
fueled off of hate and anger is scared of this guy. It's like,
I,
oh my gosh.
and the thing for me was that's literally like,
Mhm.
dude. Oh, at that point, he only had one stone,
Yeah.
and he didn't even need it. So it's just like
Music, yeah.
he didn't even need it. Like he's just like, oh, let me handle this really quick. Just the business. I'm just like,
I mean,
oh
Hulk
my,
gave it to him pretty good at the start, but then Thanos just,
right.
nah,
No,
not
he's like,
today.
yeah, I like the man's like, wait, let him have his fun. I'm like, oh, this can't be good. I was like, oh no, he is gonna
I love
crush
when
in a
stuff like
second.
that happens. It's like
Oh my gosh.
just let this play out. It'll be fine.
Oh no, Hulk, no.
Sit down, Hulk. It's like,
And I'm just like,
oh,
Hulk's done. And I mean, when Hulk gets KO'd for the rest of the movie, literally
yeah.
just gone. Hulk's just like,
Yeah,
nope,
like
we're done. We're
that
done.
one scene from all the trailers with Captain America, Rhodey, Hawk, and Hulk just running in battle. That doesn't even happen.
That's
Where's
what I'm
that scene
saying.
in the
Yeah.
movie?
I guess they just didn't feel like they were just like, nope, we're not gonna. Because I mean, it makes sense, I guess. Because
Yeah,
like, I mean, I feel like they originally planned for Hulk to eventually come back at the end, but I
but
guess
it makes more
they're just,
sense. Like, I guess there's more stakes to it if Hulk
yeah,
just doesn't, because like in order for there to really, for him to have his due in the second movie, I guess you can't have Hulk be beaten twice in the same movie. I guess
true,
but
true.
that's what would have happened, really.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because I mean, if he did that with one Infinity Stone, like, just imagine, just
Five or
the
six, yep,
ultimate
yep.
backhand of death, just like no chance. Oh
With
my
his
goodness, like
non-Infinity
that would
Gauntlet
have been.
hand.
I know exactly, like offhand, backhand, just done. Like you would have just like slight work. Just,
Oh.
oh my goodness. So yeah, okay. So basically, Hulk
Although,
gets
actually, I do have
wrecked.
one thing to kind of comment about that. Where was Hulk during the invasion itself? Because Hulk isn't exactly known for his stealth. So, like,
This is true.
how did Thanos not see Hulk until that point?
That is a good question. Maybe he was like, maybe he. I don't know. Maybe
I
he was
guess,
like, what? I don't know.
I guess theoretically, like a one of the blasts that Thanos' ship was shooting, maybe it like stunned him or something. I don't
Or
know.
maybe covered him some rubble. I don't know. Really,
Hmm.
like he just. I don't know. Maybe Hulk's getting better at. Maybe we give Hulk less credit
Maybe,
than we should. Maybe
maybe.
he's
I mean,
like,
Hulk is what, like 2, maybe 3 years old now. So
I'm, he's trying. I mean, he's
maybe
getting
that's
better.
like 30 in Hulk years. I don't know.
Who knows? That's what I'm saying. Like, who knows? I mean, maybe he's getting better at
Which
this. So it's like,
that's
all right,
actually one more not nitpick, but just something kind of interesting about this movie is that multiple times an alien, whether it be Thanos or one of the Guardians or Thor, mentions like says something based in human time. Like, oh, Thanos destroyed crap. What's the place that was holding the Power Stone? Not the Power Stone. Yeah, the Power Stone in the Guardians.
oh gosh, oh my god,
Wherever
I don't
he
remember.
destroyed whatever Thanos went to
Right,
at first off screen.
like that's the play. Like,
Yeah,
did they reference that in like years?
he said Thanos went there last week.
Last week? Oh my gosh.
Like, which is interesting. And also Thanos at one point said that Gamora said that she hated him every day for 20 years,
Oh
which
yeah.
I would assume Gamora's alien race, aged a little differently, and also you're in that spaceship that's not near any sun. So what is a year to
Yeah.
you, especially when you're Thanos? Like,
I don't even like. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that is one of the things. Because, like, but I mean, when you do that, then it kind of gets the point. It's like, well, why do they all speak English? Like stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, it's a movie, guys. We got to
Oh
make it
yeah.
work.
I don't know. It was just something I kind of like found interesting throughout the movie. Like, it's
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
bad. It's just an interesting point.
It stands out a little bit. Yeah, it's true. I don't know, but I mean, not too bad. Okay, so what? Okay, so still in that opening
Yeah.
scene, I like. Okay, yeah, it's just like that. Just intro to a villain,
Hmm.
like he just like I mean
Yeah.
takes our the best, their strongest dude, wrecks him like it's
Hmm.
nothing, and then Loki still has the like
Audacity to try.
yeah, like he's like, I'm gonna try to stab him. I'm like, bro, did you see what just happened? Man, come on,
I mean,
man,
I
like you
get
know
it. Like,
better.
Loki is more or less a good guy now, so it makes sense that he would try something to try to protect,
Yeah,
his brother. But like, you got wrecked by the Hulk. You know how that felt, and Thanos just wrecked that guy. So
that's
what?
what I'm saying. Like I mean, and like I know he's the trickster; it's what he does. But
Mm,
like all right, man, like it's your funeral, literally. So
literally.
I mean, which yeah, I was really not expect. I was expecting Loki to die, but not that soon.
Wasn't
Like
that
that
gonna
was
get
literally.
choked out?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it was just like, I mean, it was brutal and like
I was,
right in front of Thor, just
yeah.
like, dude, I
I,
was like,
I mean,
man,
I was expecting him to get like stabbed or like punched so hard he just got disintegrated or something. Nope, he got brutally just crushed.
just
Oh,
breaks. And I was just
wow.
like, oh
Ugh.
no.
And I love how they introduce Thanos. Like,
Mm,
you've seen this guy before in other movies, but like just the way he was that shadowy figure in the background, he like walked forward full armor, beats the crap out of the Hulk, and then takes off the armor. It's like, I just beat the strongest guy ever. I don't need this anymore.
yeah, he was like, wow, I guess I overdressed for the occasion.
Yeah.
Takes off armor, like,
Wow.
oh my, it's gonna be one of those villains. Like, oh no,
And
we're in
I
trouble.
love how you hear his voice before we actually see him. Just
Mhm.
arguably the like when ranking certain villains, like ranking like top favorite villains, the voice honestly I feel has more credence over like the design or like their motives and
Mhm.
whatnot. So if you
Yeah.
have a villain with an awesome voice, and Josh Brolin has an amazing voice to play a villain, so just hearing his that booming, epic, clearly villainous voice before actually seeing him, just thought that was a really
Just
nice touch.
yeah, you feel it coming. You're just like, oh man, like
Oh
this is going because you know it's going to happen, but you know exactly what you're expecting. But it's still, you just yeah, dude, he because like he just really like the mad whole mad tyrant thing. He really just owns
yeah,
it. It's like you
yeah.
really feel it.
Mm. One thing I kind of wish they had shown Valkyrie and Korg and the other Asgardians
Yeah.
actually getting off the ship first, because a lot of people were kind of asking about that. And Thor kind of
Hmm.
offhandedly mentioned that half the Guardians survived, but kind of wish they had shown that just so there'd be no
Yeah.
confusion there. But it's fine, I guess.
Explain that a little bit more because like if you're not listening to that part, like you
Yeah,
don't realize like the whole like survive half die thing until
yeah,
later, and then like
mm,
which yeah, but I mean still again small nitpicks, nothing huge.
yeah. Um, uh, okay, so Heimdall before he died. I mean, because of course he would die.
Uh,
Sent before he died, he sent Hulk back to Earth, and then uh, what exactly happened? Like right after the Guardian ship exploded. What happened right after that? I don't remember
right
exactly the
after the ship
sequences.
exploded, then it goes to the Iron Man with Tony
Right.
and Pepper, right?
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
walking in the park or something, and they're talking about their future, all that good
Mm.
stuff. Yeah, everything's happy. I was like, oh, maybe we'll have a kid one day. You're like, oh, that's cute. It's like, oh no, they're
Oh no.
foreshadowing something.
Ah, crap.
It's the classic, oh, set up my future, so I kill them off, and it's more depressing. You feel that. You're like,
Yeah.
oh no.
What is
Like,
why
because right then,
everyone thought? What if why everyone thought Hawkeye was gonna die in Age of Ultron? Because like they introduced him having a
yeah.
family.
Exactly. So it's like they really set you up for that. You're like,
Mm,
oh no, now Tony's gonna eat it. No, I like Tony. Like
mm.
And then, they do that. Then, the rings of death just appear
Yep.
around the
Yeah,
world.
that
So I was
big
like,
bullseye in your head. Sorry.
yeah, I should probably do something about that.
Yeah.
So Tony obviously suits up, goes after that. And then, I mean, that scene really good. The new armor is a
Yes.
beautiful addition,
Yes.
I've got to say.
Yes. And I
Like,
just love the interaction between Iron Man and Doctor Strange. Just
mhm.
because a lot of people kind of compared them like, oh, Doctor Strange is just Iron Man but with magic instead of armor, and just so them having just very similar personalities and like both super cocky and arrogant and whatnot. Just the way they interact.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch my stuff. Is like, is that what that is? It's like whack. I'll allow
Yeah.
that. I will.
Like, I think Doctor Strange's personality really was brought out because of Tony's presence. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like, you get he's kind of cocky in his own way, but when you see him face to face with someone else who has such, like, an ego as Tony does,
Yeah.
it's like, it's just magnified because each of them has to be the alpha Avenger,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, it's so good to watch. Because the same thing kind of happens when, like, Quill shows up later and, like,
With
it's
Thor.
just,
Oh, that
yeah,
was great. That was so
dude,
great.
oh my goodness, like the interaction, because we haven't seen these interactions before. It's
Mm-hmm.
so good to like, oh, this is just what I thought it was gonna be, or
Yeah.
it's really good, and then or Banner more accurately falls through
Mm-hmm.
the ceiling and just kind of shows up, and I love how he's just like he's not he's like Thanos is coming, like
Yeah.
stop everything. He's like, no, shut up, I'm talking, stop. We need to get the world
Mm-hmm.
ready to go. Like
Yeah.
he's so like you feel like because I mean you feel his fear
Oh
immediately because
yeah.
he knows.
He came crashing however many miles from space, just barely surviving an exploding ship. Like, yeah, Thanos is on his way. He knows that there are two Infinity Stones on Earth, like, or there's at least one in Vision. So
Right.
like he
He knows
knows.
he's coming.
Yeah, he knows this guy is coming here. we need to like, we need to find Vision. We need to find Cap. Like, I know, like, oh, and I just love how more or less subtly they they present previous movie incidents
Hmm.
to Bruce Banner. Essentially, Bruce Banner is the character that people who haven't seen other Marvel movies, which like, why are you watching Infinity War if you haven't seen other Marvel movies? Whatever.
Right.
He's essentially the character that people can
Relate to.
relate to because you know Iron Man is explaining what happened in Civil War. There's an Ant Man and a Spider Man. I love that.
Yeah. Like what? He's so out of the loop. It's great because it's just like,
Mm.
yeah, come on. He's like, wait, what? Wait, the Accords? What was that? Like, no, like, because you kind of read like, oh yeah, you've been in space for how long
Yeah.
now? Since Ultron. So like, yeah, you've missed a lot, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great how they catch him up, and then after that, and they go into the street, and then I love how Spider-Man just like I love the school bus scene. It's such a
Mm-hmm. With Stan Lee
it's
driving it.
yeah, I
I've
know
never seen
that.
a spaceship before.
Yeah, he's so chill about it. It's like, oh, of course Stan Lee's seen it.
Yeah.
And then, they just like he's like, hey Ned, I need to make sure. And Ned immediately, without even thinking about it, just gets up. I
Well,
still don't know whether that was like more distraction than actually freaking out or more freaking out than distraction. But it's still
it worked.
so like that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter, it'll work. He's doing that. All right, time to roll. He just,
Mm.
wings
Yeah.
under the bridge. And I love how he just catches the like just shows like, hey, Mr. Stark.
Uh,
Like that annoying next door
yeah.
neighbor who's trying to sell you Girl Scout cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Mr. Stark, how are you? Like, he casually catches impending doom. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my goodness, it's so good. And then,
And I love
yeah.
that scene where Spider Man like catches that car and then slams it back on the big guy.
Dude, yeah, and like you can tell Spider-Man's getting better. Like you
Oh
can
yeah.
really tell because like a lot of these moves he was not doing in Homecoming or in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's been practicing, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love Ebony Ma. Just everything he said, just I found so amusing. Just how he said it, just what he said. Like this guy is clearly spewing some questionable stuff.
Yeah,
And just the way he said it sounds so elegant.
it's so beautiful. Like literally, so much about the character. Like the characters are so good in this one.
Hmm.
Like you love all the
Yeah.
characters. You even like you like the good guys. You love the bad guy.
Hmm.
It's great. You know, like
Yep.
just
And I
uh,
love how you can tell people who haven't seen the movie yet, Squidward's in this movie, and you're technically spoiling it.
that nigga. Oh my god, that's such a good, such a good. I love when he says Squidward, and I was just like, got him. I always feel good when like stuff I grew up with is referenced
Uh,
because like SpongeBob is. I'm just like,
yeah.
oh yes,
and I
I've
love
made it.
and I love it when Peter Parker like references like stuff in the '80s as really
Yeah,
old movies.
yeah, these really old stuff. They're like, I grew up with that, you know,
Like
like.
Iron Man was like 30 during those movies.
Yeah, he's like old. Like that's not an old movie. I was grown when that came. Like that's like yeah, that Empire Strikes Back or Alien. Like
Mm,
like oh
okay.
man, yeah. All right, we got all right. Where I'm lost. I don't remember where we are.
They're Iron Man, Spider Man are fighting that big Hulk guy.
Mm, right. Okay. Yeah. So they're doing that, and Doctor Strange, and
He's
I
fighting
like
Ebony
how
Maw.
Doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. They're doing that really well, and then Doctor Strange is just like I love how at the beginning he's so like into no, the stone stays with me, and
Hmm.
like all the stuff. Like, look, if it comes between saving you or saving Spider-Man or the stone, he's like, I'm gonna take the stone in a
Hmm.
heartbeat. Like he's so set on that, and that's
Yeah.
part of like you feel that in his dominant personality. He's like, look, man.
Yeah.
End of the day, I'm
Like
just
I
like, all right,
literally
man.
have only one job here, like to
Right,
protect this
literally, he's
stone.
like, look, and like I thought going in, I thought that was gonna be how like Spider Man or somebody got. I thought that was gonna end up how Iron Man
Mm,
died because like it's like you saved the stone. It's like it was either the stone or him, as they go
yeah.
in the portal and go back or
No,
something.
actually, it was the
Then
opposite. But we'll
Peter,
get to that. We'll get to that.
yeah, we'll get to that. But I mean, but yeah, and then Doctor Strange gets taken on the ship, and
One thing
then
I do kind of want to mention is that Doctor Strange, like, he's objectively like one of the most powerful people in this universe.
yeah,
Yet they seem to not really utilize him to his fullest in this movie. But like,
it's
I
true.
understand you need to show the villains as actually threatening, so like it makes sense
Hmm.
to kind of nerf him a little bit. But just I felt like there
Yeah.
were certain times where like he could maybe do something here and there to help a little more than he did. But it's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, they did kind of low because I mean, you could say the same argument about a lot of characters. They
Mm-hmm.
kind of lowered them to make the villain seem more, unbelievably powerful. Which
Mm,
I mean, you gotta do some, especially when you have this many Avengers. Because I
yeah.
mean, you can make arguments like, "Oh, this shouldn't happen. Hulk should be strong enough to," so you gotta make it work.
Yeah.
But
Oh, and
what?
backpedaling just a little bit. I love that scene where Iron Man first sees that spaceship thing coming down, like
Mm,
the cars and stuff is like blowing everywhere. I just love how he's helping people as Tony Stark, just showing
yeah,
he is a true hero both in and out of the suit. Just I don't know, I just
right.
love that little touch.
Yeah, you should, they're. I mean, because like they're all full time heroes. You don't take just because you take off the suit doesn't mean you take off the label. They're actually
Mm,
getting stuff, helping people with safety. He's telling other people what to do to save
yeah,
other people. Like he's really just it's a good message.
yeah,
Just everybody can be a hero. You don't have to wear nanites or whatever
mm.
infused suit to be a superhero.
Just that
Which I
scene where
gotta
it
say,
transformed, that was cool. And then like all
so
those like
sick.
panels open up and just
So sick, dude. I was just like, oh, dude, like the suit's so cool. And then he gets all the stuff going and just
mm,
like, ah, I
yeah.
surrender. Like, it's presented so beautiful. Like we've come such a long way since 2008, dude. Like it's
Yes.
so nice.
Gosh.
Oh, I feel so old, but like, man, that is such a like. The
Oh,
upgrade are so good. Doctor Strange and what is his assistant's name? I don't remember.
Long. I
Okay,
think
yeah,
it's long.
long. Yeah, like those two, they are obviously really good. Like they've been training and like,
Mm,
oh man, it's such a yeah. That opening sequence is really good because I mean, like there's a little bit of chaos, but like after that, they kind of just like they're like, all right, people are clear, let's do this thing. And they're
mm,
like kicking butt.
yeah. I mean, of course they don't win. Like they're able to like Wong is able to transport the big hulky guy somewhere else, but
Mhm.
they don't really win, which I find interesting. Like Doctor Strange actually gets beaten by Ebony Maw.
Right.
Again, like showing this super powerful sorcerer supreme is beaten by the Thanos lackey just shows how much business these
Right.
guys are
Like this
bringing
is
to this.
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets taken and then
Mm,
like, all right, I gotta go after him. So first Spider-Man just, being Peter, just, he's like, all right, I got this, I got this.
yeah.
He's going up there. And my first thought was, I was like, okay, so I know he can like stay up there, but I'm like, he's not gonna like, how's he gonna get in? So he just kind
Yeah.
of like out there, and then Iron Man goes up, and he's like, all right, send in, was it A17A
A7
or
or
something?
17A, yeah.
Yeah, and then he gets the news. I was like, yeah. I thought
Hi.
it was gonna be, yeah,
I love that scene.
that was such a good.
Okay, you have this new awesome upgraded suit. Now don't use it. Bye.
Don't you parachute, go home. I thought that was just real.
Mm,
It was is the I mean that's the epitome of training wheels protocol.
yeah.
Like that was so good. I was like,
Mm,
yes. The fact that he just flew away because I thought he was actually gone. I was like, oh man, like I was really disappointed. I was like, man, I
yeah.
wanted to see more Spider-Man, but then
Yeah, we got it.
I mean, of course, Peter doesn't really go away; he gets
Mm.
better. But and then is that when they cut to where were
I
they? Like
think cut to
Switzerland,
the Yeah, I think they cut to
London.
the Guardians next, or sorry, the Guardians next.
Okay, the Guardian. Okay, that's when they run into Thor.
Yeah. Mm.
I don't know why, but I just love the whole like Quill and Thor interact. I think
Oh
it's
yeah.
hilarious.
Mm.
Like he's so intimidated so quickly. He's just like, "This is my voice."
Like this is not a dude. You're a dude. This is a man.
Muscular man. Like Drax being all weird as ever, and I'm just like, "Oh my god!"
And
Like,
Gamora is just like feeling Thor's arm.
like stop
Like, don't touch
massaging
his
his
arm. Like,
muscles.
okay.
Yeah, like oh my god, I think that was just that whole thing was so
Mm.
good. Like Thor is so likable in this
Yeah.
movie. Like
I
I
really
love
want
Thor.
Thor to be in Guardians 3.
I feel like that would work,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they'll do it because Thor's been in space for a while. I feel like they might want to bring him back to Earth.
That
I don't
worked.
know.
That failed twice.
Yes, but that was the old Thor. This is new Thor with only one eye and short
Not
hair.
anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Which honestly, I'm not sure how to feel about that. Like, I know, like, it doesn't. It just kind of feels like everything that happened in Thor Ragnarok, outside of Asgard blowing up and Loki dying because of it, it just kind of feels like that's kind of irrelevant now because he got his eye back and he got a new weapon. I kind of,
true.
I don't know about the eye.
You can feel that he's still way stronger though, because
Yeah, of course.
you really since he's gone through that trial, you do really feel like he's got
Mm,
because Thor was always pretty powerful, but he was not like at the end like we'll get to later, but like
literal
how
god
like
tier.
yeah like just overkill.
Yeah.
So like he was not there in like
Yeah.
the first Avengers movie or like Ultron. Like he was not
Mm,
at that level.
yeah.
So
Yeah. I definitely
um,
wouldn't mind at all if Thor did show back up in Guardians 3.
yeah, maybe he will because I mean Asgard's gone. Maybe he goes with them to look for the other Asgardians.
Yeah, maybe that could
Like
happen.
I could see that being a movie.
One just little one little thing that I really appreciated during the scene where it introduced the Guardians with playing Rubber Band Man, which I love that song by the way. I love how in the first Guardians movie, Gamora was the straight man woman. Yeah, she was the very serious one. She's the one that kind of balanced out
Hmm.
Quill's weird
Great.
quirkiness,
Yeah.
or really the whole team's quirkiness. But then in this movie, she's way more laid back. She's singing along with the song. I just love that transition. Like she's been around these guys for so long.
Yeah.
Like she's
That's what I'm saying.
basically become one of them.
Yeah, with these crazy people for this many years, eventually you start singing along,
Yeah,
and then I was like, and like she embraces it too. That's the
yeah,
good part. Like she's not regretting, like, dang it. Like she's like, yeah, this is my life now. And I
mm,
think that's part of like her budding relationship with Quill, just kind of like accepting that's part of her life now. So
yeah.
I think that's really good character development
Hmm.
right there.
Yeah,
Which, yeah. Hmm. You know, the Guardian. I'm excited for Guardians 3. It's
I
gonna
am
be
too.
good.
I am too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. So. Oh, and I love when Thor and Gamora and Thor, Gamora, and uh Star Lord were like comparing just how horrible their lives were.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, well, my dad killed my mom. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, well, no, this, that, and that. And then she's like, oh yeah, well, my dad's Thanos. I'm like, well, she kind of wins,
I'm
guys.
adopted. I'm
Like,
adopted. It's fine.
yeah, it was kind of rough. Like, and my brother, like, yeah, and my sister killed me. Then she killed, she tried to kill me. Then we killed her. And my brother just died. So yeah, life's not great. I'm like, oh, we all suck. It's okay, guys. We all our lives are
Yeah.
terrible. It's
Yeah.
fine.
And I just love how Thor consistently called Rocket Raccoon a rabbit, and like Raccoon, when with anyone else, he would have corrected them, like probably with like blasting them in the face. But Thor is just
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna. This guy is too strong.
But
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna touch him.
yeah, you know, he knows better. Like I could blast him, he'll blast me back, and then
Yeah,
I'll die. So
not worth it.
uh, yeah, not worth. Yeah, see, and that's something we rarely see from Rocket because Rocket's very like risk it for the biscuit. Like he's very. Oh, I just said that. Wow.
It's fine.
But yeah,
It works.
he's very. Yeah, he's very like he's very reckless. Doesn't think things through usually. So
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
More
Okay.
character development.
Sure. So then we established that, or it was established that half the Guardians would go to
Mm.
the Collector's place, and then Thor, Groot, and Rocket would go get a new weapon.
Yeah, and that was
Um,
kind of some foreshadowing that I didn't realize. I thought kind of like how they're like half the one thing and half the kind of like the
mm,
foreshadowing, like how Thanos does things,
true. Yeah.
which was like like after the movie, I was like, oh, that was good. I see
Yeah.
what they're doing. Like,
um, and then I believe it cut to Vision and Scarlet Witch hanging out.
right.
Um, which, like, I'm not like a super huge fan of their relationship. Like, I get it. They're both. They were both birthed of the Mind Stones. Like, it makes sense they would have that kind of connection. But like, I,
Literally.
I mean, it's fine. But I'm not as into as I feel like I maybe should be.
Nah, I mean, it kind of feels for me. It kind of feels weird. It's kind of like the whole like. It's kind of the whole like Romanoff and Hulk kind of thing. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like okay.
Which I'm honestly kind of glad they didn't do anything with
Yeah.
because the Russo brothers they consistently like say, oh, that's not canon, or oh, that's not canon. Like, oh, Spider-Man take place 8 years? No, that's not real. No.
Yeah, like, no. Like, yeah, I mean, it was just kind of like it's forced, but I mean, it's fine. Like, it's
Yeah.
not too distracting.
Yeah.
So,
And yeah,
I'm
like the
glad it
Russo
happened.
brothers, they were the ones that started that relationship. So like, I
Right,
guess it would make sense that they would piddle that one as
right.
opposed to the one that no one liked, Romanoff
Yeah,
and
I mean, they'll try
Hulk.
something new, see what happens.
Yep.
Like I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they're living their life, doing their thing, and then they get ambushed by the other
Yeah.
like minions,
Mm,
and then in the shadows,
Captain
bro.
freaking America.
That just, that was the most epic. My theater cheered not when he showed up, when the
In the
shadow.
shadow, yes.
Like we
Like,
didn't even know who it was
yes.
yet,
The
and
two people went to see the
everyone,
movie with, we were all like, yes.
every, everybody lost. Everybody like, wow. Like I mean, people clapping and all this stuff. I'm like, he hasn't even made the intro yet. Like he has, like the curtain's still up.
uh,
Oh my god, yeah, that was. I gotta say, like that was a really
oh, yeah.
good entry. Like that was one of the better entrances I've ever seen in a movie. I was like, he's got the beard going, everything going. Like he's looking like a
Yeah.
boss.
So, like, is he. I know he's not named Nomad, but is he, like, technically Nomad in everything but the name?
I'd say so because I mean he's still a plot. Because I mean he's not really Captain America. He doesn't even wear the star
I mean,
anymore.
he has it, but it's not white anymore.
Right? And he's
Yeah.
kind of
He
and
lost
he
the
is like
shield.
a
Yeah.
right. He's a fugitive. So I
Yeah.
mean you can't really represent America if you're a war criminal, so to
Yeah.
speak. So. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I guess I mean he's pretty much nomad. They just don't call him that.
Yeah.
So
Because it
whatever.
wouldn't. You can't really market a movie saying Nomad's in this movie. Who?
Yeah, everyone. Like, oh, that's fine. It's the same person. He just has a different,
That that wouldn't fly really.
right, exactly. It doesn't. It's kind of like, I mean, no, I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But no, it's just, I mean, it's just casual. But I mean, everyone, as long as it's still the same person, everyone's like,
Mhm.
yeah, and then they
Yeah.
have their nice battle scene and
Oh yeah.
everything, and
Oh, I just
Black Widow's in
love
there.
the combinations or like the combos that people do um
Hmm.
in this movie. Like, you know, Cap throwing the spear to I keep wanting to say Scarlet Witch.
I
Black
know,
Widow,
I know.
and then like tossing it back to Steve and like hitting it, and then Falcon coming down and like and drop
Mm.
kicking that guy. It's like or that girl. Just just that sequence of events. Just and like
It's so epic.
there's so many there's so many fight scenes like that. I just love to see these these team ups. It's so awesome.
Yeah, like they're just going at it. Like
Mm,
these combos, they're coming in, they work together. Like how smoothly they work together. It's just like it's like art. It's
mm,
beautiful.
yeah,
It's just
and that's why like when I when I first heard that the Russo brothers were going to be directing the next two Avengers movies and not Joss Whedon, I was honestly like a little. I guess the word would be upset because Joss Whedon knows how to make movies feel big. Um, and the Russo brothers, after watching both Winter Soldier and Civil War, clearly they know how to make contained fight scenes
oh yeah,
really, really good.
oh yeah.
So I wasn't really sure how that would translate well. And after seeing this movie, it was fine. Like it worked just fine. Like
I I
having
get my vote.
yeah, like Winter Soldier and Civil War have legitimately some of the greatest cinematography and choreography of any movie I've ever seen. So having
Hmm.
that with multiple Avengers of like all across this universe coming together, just it worked really well.
Yeah, this thing it's set up so beautifully. Just like the setting is nice and the different move, and I like how like it kind of like just I don't even know what to say. It's
Yeah,
so good. It's so
yeah.
good. Yeah.
And
All
then
right.
Captain America and them took Vision back to HQ, which
Right.
Thunderbolt Ross, that that idiot. Like the world is going to crap and you're still concerned about the fact that Captain America is a fugitive? Like really? You
Yeah.
told Rhodey to
Like
arrest the guy who you need to save the world right now.
that's what
What is wrong
I'm
with
saying.
you?
Like if that had been before like the whole like invasion thing kind of started, I would have
Mm,
made more sense. But
yeah.
like the world's falling apart. You should be happy to see them because that means you actually have a chance, kind
No,
of.
he's just salty that he got away, so I'll
I'm just like, dude, come on, man. Like you gotta be.
Ross.
Also, how did you not get fired? They
I
all
mean,
just escape under your watch.
he got most of them, but then Captain America broke them all out.
Exactly.
So
I don't know, but I
oh,
mean,
and I love how subtly they address the Ant Man and Hawkeye situation. With like, oh, both Ant Man and Hawkeye are both they took a deal for house arrest, so they're fine.
yeah,
It's like okay,
yeah, they're just doing their thing, which I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. Like, I'm disappointed that like Hawkeye's in it because we know Ant Man's got a movie, so I'm not
yeah.
like oh no, no Ant Man, but like Hawkeye, I'm just kind of like, oh,
I mean, he
okay,
could still easily show up in Avengers 4, and he definitely will.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they won't skip him out too. I mean, he's playing tag, he's busy, like
Yeah,
it's fine.
yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, okay. So after that, and Rhodey's like, "Yeah, I'll arrest them right now." And it's like, "Hey
Right.
guys, what's going on?" Gives hugs and stuff. Like, I mean, he like, cause he knows, like,
Yeah,
we're in a fight. We're
yeah.
busy.
And it's really cool because the like in that team that Captain America walked up on were both the people responsible for Rhodey not having legs at a certain point. So just Rhodey turning around and
Mm,
be like, "Hi guys, glad to see you're back." When both of them were responsible for how he is right now.
right.
I just really like that. He's like, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, like he's so forgiving because I mean he knows for the greater good he needs them, and also I mean he's doing way better with the like legs that he
Mm-hmm.
got set up with. So
Yeah.
probably no not too much ill will there, which is
Mm-hmm.
good. I like that. It's very
Yeah.
professional.
Okay. And then I think it jumped to the collector's room. I'm pretty sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Or
think so.
well, right. Well,
Yeah.
before then, Gamora asked Quill to shoot
Oh, that's
her
right.
if she
If it comes to it,
yeah.
yeah. Which honestly, I thought that's how like I was like, okay, they're setting this up, so it's gonna be all emotional. I was like, oh man, this one
I
of
thought
them's
that's how
gonna
Gamora was
like,
gonna die. Yeah, but no,
yeah, I
Bubbles.
thought that was gonna be the way. Like, I was like, oh, he's gonna end up killing her, and then he's gonna like I thought he was gonna kill her, and that's gonna enter his like celestial power, and then he's gonna like
Oh,
wreck them.
speaking of that, so I was actually kind of like I was kind of questioning why Star Lord didn't use the celestial power, and it's because
Mm-hmm.
after watching the climax of Guardians 2 again, it's because uh, Ego got his power from this orb of light, I think, or like essentially from the core of his planet. So that's what Star Lord got his power from. After that planet blew up, they
Oh,
both lost their
right. The
power.
planet's got.
Yeah,
Okay, so he doesn't have powers
he just doesn't
anymore.
have it. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
he's still half god. So I think he
Technically.
still technically has like enhanced strength and agility and whatnot, but like he doesn't have the full on like god powers anymore.
Okay. So that makes more sense. Cause I'm like, if there was ever a time
Yeah.
to, let it out, like now is the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that makes a lot more sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Similar to how Thor didn't use his super god lightning powers on the Asgardian ship was because
Mhm.
Asgard got destroyed, so he didn't really have that power anymore.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Mm.
Oh
Yeah.
man. All right, so after that it goes to what's after this? Is it back on the ship
Um,
or is it with like Thor and them?
you don't necessarily have to go in order as long as you touch everything.
Okay. All right. So anyway, okay, so back on the ship, Iron Man does his best like Batman sneaking around
Yeah.
and everything. And then of course Spider-Man, of course, doesn't go home. He's
No.
just chilling. He
Yep.
finds them. And then they use the plan to get rid they free Strange and then, they take the whole airlock from Alien. And
And then the Iron Spider legs popped out, and I'm like,
yes.
that was one scene where my entire theater just like cheered, like,
Yeah,
yes,
those were so. I
yes,
was honestly surprised how much he used those because I didn't
yeah.
think he was gonna use them a lot, but he used them a lot in this movie, which
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay,
I mean, you got new toys, you might as well use them.
that is true, and I was surprised how well he used because I mean he used them to balance, he used them for jumping, attacks, like he
I
used
mean,
a
there's a
lot.
chance the suit's AI might just be doing that for him, but still.
Okay, that is true. That is true because there's no way he had time to practice that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I doubt he's used it before, but,
Mm. Just,
yeah.
oh, and I was
Then
honestly,
again,
I wasn't like afraid, but I was kind of iffy about whether or not that Iron Spider suit would have the big legs,
hmm
because that kind of seems to be like the iconic thing of the Iron Spider suit. So them
right,
calling it that and not having the legs would be, I guess, a little bit disappointing. So
disappointing.
them
Yeah.
actually bringing it was very nice.
They were like, "Don't worry, I was like, "Don't worry, fandom. We know what you're
We
thinking."
got it. We got it. Yes. And I love just how easily Ebony Maw was actually defeated in the end. Like, he could
Yeah,
cut things in half, just, psychic powers everywhere, and just space killed him. Yeah, he got frozen to death. It's like,
yeah.
what?
I mean, it happens to the best of them.
Yeah, I
Like
guess so.
especially in this movie. Anybody, as we know, anybody at any time can just boom,
Yep.
like it'll happen. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah. Bad guy, they free Doctor Strange.
Yep.
We're from that looks very painful looking torture.
Oh, yeah.
That was rough.
Dr. Strange wasn't
But,
giving in. Like, he was prepared to
yeah,
die in that moment. So,
yeah, respect. But
yeah.
yeah, they get him back, and then they're like, "All right, let's go home." It's like, no, let's not go home.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
go
Doctor
because
Strange
like
easily could have just opened a portal and taken them home.
that is true.
Because, like, Doctor Strange was concerned that, like, there was no other way to get home unless Doctor Strange could only send people to places within a certain, like, distance of himself. Is that a thing?
But I mean, I feel like that wouldn't happen for magic
Yeah.
because they're really in like other planes if you think about
True.
it. So like,
Yeah.
it's not even like distance; it's about just his
Mm.
abilities. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't understand the like why he couldn't just because I mean he obviously is. You've seen him in like Thor Ragnarok. He just throw
Mhm.
someone in a portal like boom like
Yeah. So, yeah, him not considering that was a bit weird. another thing
Mm.
where like he was kind of nerfed a bit. Like he was still
Yeah.
smart, but wasn't. He didn't have the as high of a problem solving capability that I feel Doctor Strange should have. But in order
Yeah.
for this sequence to happen, it would make sense for Tony Stark to talk him out of it. So like it made sense in the end.
Yeah, it just had. I mean, it just had to work because, like, I mean, the plot and a little bit, just because I mean, everyone's in here, so somebody's got to get a little bit lowered down, which is
Yeah,
natural.
yeah.
But yeah, that was such a good. I do love. I know this is skipping ahead a little bit, but I do love the scene where like the Guardians and the Avengers start fighting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I want to
So,
maybe backpedal just a little bit.
yeah.
Um, that scene where when Peter Quill and Gamora were actually facing Thanos, and Thanos
Hmm.
just snaps his fingers, and Drax and Mantis like fall apart. That was
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Like, why didn't
I
they
thought they were dead.
why didn't they stay that way? I'm like, why would
I don't
Thanos?
know.
Why does he have mercy in that moment to just not? Because they were still technically alive. Because Mantis's eye was still moving. So
Right.
why does the Reality Stone only do stuff within a certain radius? Like after he leaves the area, that just like go back to normal? I guess
I don't. I mean, I don't know. Like
that was
the
uncomfortable. It was,
I was surprised too. I was like, oh man, because I thought they were just straight up just got
yeah.
just got wrecked.
Like,
I was
oh,
like,
that okay.
oh
The trailers
yeah.
lied to us. I understand now.
I was just like, no, oh no, like they're gone. Like no, they're fine. I was like, all right, but dang, that could have easily have gone
Yeah.
worse. Like,
Another situation where it just shows just how much power Thanos has. Like he can just stop you by turning you into confetti, basically.
yeah, or changing your reality. So what you thought happened the whole time, yeah,
Yeah.
no, none of that
Like,
happened.
uh,
Because, like, I mean, like, with the first thing, like, he knew he didn't actually beat Thanos, but it
yeah,
was
of
kind of just
course.
like, I thought he was just gonna, like, but
I
the
thought he was either
whole
gonna get
thing,
back up or some mind trick. Yeah.
yeah, but it was I mean, it was all just an illusion the whole time. I was just like, oh, snap, that was
Yeah.
dirty.
And he was
Like,
mind controlling everybody in the room, not just Gamora. Like
right,
everyone saw him stepping on the collector when he already had the stone to begin with.
right, like, that whole thing, like, everyone, that whole thing was, like, completely different. And
Mm-hmm.
then, oh my
Mm.
goodness. And Thanos just does that what Thanos does.
Yeah. Oh, just one thing I want to mention real quick is that I love how um whenever Thanos gets a new stone, like he has to like it almost looks like it hurts him first, and then like he
Hmm.
gets used to it. It shows that like these stones are
Yeah.
super powerful, and the Gauntlet is able to hold it, but like he still has to like it still takes a toll on him in order to
Hmm.
contain so much power in
Yeah,
one hand.
just like, ah, like it's crazy. It's almost like he's doing like Venom from like Batman, like
Mm,
just like,
mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
it's like, so it's such a satisfying. Every time they did, like they have that like moment where it just kind of like focuses,
yeah,
like everyone is like, oh, I was like, oh man, you like really felt the progression because I'm like, okay, he's got three now, he knows we're four. Oh my god, like he is
oh no,
moving up. I mean, he's going. Oh my goodness, and that was such a yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
just,
such a good. This the little things that they thought
mm,
about. Like they really went into it.
yeah.
Oh
Okay. Where were we?
man.
Crap.
You
Guess.
just collector.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So. Okay. So, Tony Stark and Spider-Man and them are going to Titan.
Hmm.
I guess right about now. I guess is when Captain America and all of them arrive in Wakanda, right? Ish.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love that scene where it's like, well, where we got to go with someone smart, and then there's the African drums just
Yeah.
playing in the background. I'm just like, oh yes, I
Mm,
was so happy.
yep. And like the Winter Soldier, who's been there for what 2 years now. He just
Mhm.
sees the arm and is like, "Where's the fight?" Like he
Yeah, he
knows
just
it's time to get back in this.
yeah, because I'm gonna say, I mean, like he knows, like I only use metal arms when stuff's going down.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh man,
Have a new arm made of vibranium. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it was a nice one too. I'm like, oh, okay, I
yeah.
see you.
and again, just skipping ahead, but it's relevant. When I'm just gonna go ahead and mention that scene where Winter Soldier and Rocket Raccoon are fighting together, and he just
Mhm.
picks him up and like starts spinning around, machine gunning everything.
That was so, oh my god.
Like, how much for the
It
gun?
was
Not for
that.
sale. How much for the arm? I'm gonna get that arm.
Yeah, I love that scene because I mean, he already took. Was it in the other? Was it what the guy's leg? He didn't
Yeah,
even want, but he just he
yeah,
couldn't even cut. Like he's gonna get all these pieces of different people just because he can.
yeah. Just make a new
Uh,
person because why not?
right? Oh my god, yeah. But then they arrive in Wakanda, which is, I mean, which is epic because Wakanda. We were just
Yeah.
there in terms of like in the real world.
Mm,
So yes, we're back
yeah.
home. Like it's so nice, and that like
I was
again, like
surprised. Like, I was surprised how soon after they arrived in Wakanda that Thanos' forces showed up.
yeah,
Like that Wakanda fight lasted
that
like
was a
a good.
while.
I don't think it was half, but like a good chunk of the movie, like the second third at least.
Yeah, it was like at least an hour. Like it just going like it was.
Last third, yeah. Like
Yeah,
wow,
like I mean, it was go. I mean, it was going on, but because a lot is going on. I
yeah,
mean, there's
a
Infinity
2 hour and 40 minute
get.
movie.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot going on, and this is it. Like this is we're holding up here. Like we're not
Mhm.
just fighting the whole
Yeah.
universe, and kind of like he says, he's like, look, we're not just like all these forces are lined up because we got to save the whole freaking universe.
Hmm. Yeah.
Pretty much right here. If he gets past us, we're done.
Hmm.
And man, I gotta say, like I know, like that the scene where they just like have the shield lined up and those creatures just show that
It
was so intimidating.
for some reason when I saw that, the first thing that jumped in my head was Star Wars Episode One, the droid fight against the
Really?
Gungans.
Really? Oh,
I don't.
you're
I don't
gonna
like
come
that my mind
on
jumped
now.
there, but
You're
it
gonna compare
did.
the Phantom Menace to a
What?
oh
There's an army with a giant blue dome and another army who's trying to get through. It's the same
okay,
thing.
so yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, it's similar, yes, but I gotta say, those creatures were way more
Yeah.
fierce than anything I've
Oh,
ever
of
seen.
course. Yeah.
Like, I mean, those things look terrible because, like,
Yeah.
just the savagery of how, like, they're trying to get in, and like, they rip themselves apart just to
Mm-hmm.
get through,
Yeah.
and like, everything's going to. And then when Black Panther's like, lower the shield, like, I was like, are we sure we want to
Are
do
we
this?
sure?
Like,
I
I
mean,
don't
yeah,
like,
like, yeah, you wouldn't want them to go all the way around, but like, really, like, I don't, I don't know if that's the best idea. Although it didn't
okay,
really
like,
matter because they eventually had those things that dug under anyway. So like, eh,
yeah, like, we didn't know that, but I mean, still,
yeah,
I'm like, I get like usually when it comes to big war scenes, I'm like super into like yes, it's going down. Like, but this scene, I was like, we're gonna get just like I was literally thought like we're gonna lose. Like I
yeah,
legit thought they were gonna get destroyed because like I mean they're obviously outnumbered and
obviously,
like
yeah,
it's like is bad. Oh my god. Like okay, like yeah, I get it. We've got like the whole cluster over here, and like the main characters are gonna be fine, but like all these regular people are dying,
they're
man.
yeah, a little
Like I
bit.
know we're expendable, but come on, man. These are good soldiers.
But I just love how that battle started with Captain America and Black Panther just bolting
Mhm.
it, just like matching
Yeah,
other speed, just running. Just oh,
they
that
don't,
scene was so
they're
awesome.
so ahead of everybody else, and they just run into, they're just going. And I'm just like, go. Oh my goodness! Like, cause I mean, it's the the strongest Titans just run at it at
Yeah.
first. Everyone's going, and I love how like I hate to say, but like how poorly that Banner does his like the Hulkbuster
Uh-huh.
suit, kind of like he's just kind of like it looks like he's just pressing buttons and kind of
Yeah.
just occasionally blasting. But like I don't know, I just enjoyed that because I'm like not everyone. It makes me feel better about Iron Man because not everyone's
Mm.
that cool.
Yeah.
And
Like
then,
Bruce Banner's
like
smart, but he's not smart in that way.
yeah, but like there's a difference between having 7 PhDs and being able to handle a Hulkbuster
Yeah.
suit. So like,
Yeah.
but that battle, I gotta say that battle scene was really good, and I love
Oh yeah.
how they brought everybody from like the whole Black Panther movie in. They were like, look, guys, I was a little disappointed there were no rhinos. I will say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
used it
what I mean,
twice. I mean,
yeah, I would have been a little like, oh, here we go again. They
yeah,
could have used some rhinos, I'll tell you that much. But
true. Although
right,
honestly, I don't know how
but
good a rhino would have done against against those things.
I mean, I mean, yeah, those things were terrifying. Oh, but man, and I just love how they're like nonchalantly just like, all right, bet, like let's go.
Yeah.
Like everyone's so chill. I was like, guys,
Yeah. Like
like man,
everyone in the village was willing to lay down their life just to protect this one outsider, which was just
yeah, like,
I
and
don't
they're
know.
just
It
like,
shows growth from the past movie into this one.
yeah, and true, and it's like, and they know too, like if they lose, I mean, they lose Wakanda, which I mean,
Mm.
that's like, hey man, I like living here.
Yeah.
Like, let's keep it that way, you know?
I
Like,
mean, yeah, it's fine if we, if a little bit of it gets destroyed now, like if the force get destroyed, fine. It'll be fine because if he gets all these stones, then the entire planet will get destroyed
yeah,
theoretically. So
everything.
it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's fine. They just run it, man. And like the scene where like she's got a like where they have Scarlet Witch's guarding Shuri and like they have to take that and like that point and then Scarlet Witch goes out. I'm like, oh
Oh
no,
no.
it's the
Oh
like
no.
oh no, and then
You
the
just knew
guards
something bad
get
was
away.
gonna happen.
Oh my gosh. And like I just hate when I don't know, like the guards got wasted. I was like, oh man,
Oh,
like
that not that guy. I like that guy.
yeah. I mean he was just like there's nothing he could have done. Like it like bro,
Yeah.
you could not prepare for
Yeah.
that. Like that's just not fair
I mean,
at
sure, he tried to
all.
fight back, but just that
Yeah, but I
alien
mean,
guy
like
is just too
even
good.
her, like yeah, like what can you do, And that,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, and then Thanos, but then Thor shows up, and bro,
Yeah. Actually,
Thor
let's talk
stole
about Thor's
the hammer.
his like him getting his hammer.
Yeah.
I I I really love the idea that Peter Dinklage is a giant dwarf because like
Oh no,
he's typecast as the dwarf and everything now, but him being a giant dwarf because Thor mentioned the dwarves on this
right.
on the space station made all this stuff, and I was thinking, oh, clearly that's where Peter Dinklage is. He's a dwarf. He's a big dwarf,
Yeah,
though.
I mean, 10 foot tall giant. Like, it's the ultimate irony. It's so
Uh,
cool. I was just like, oh yes,
oh,
like
and I love how that explains how Thanos actually got his gauntlet because that dwarf made it for him.
mhm.
So,
Right. He doesn't just get a gauntlet. Like, there's
mm,
some exposition behind it, which is really good. And like, I love how like everything's just destroyed. And like, you see the savagery of things. He's like, he said he would spare us, but I made it, and they killed everybody. I'm just
he
like,
even killed
dude.
half. He just everyone but him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't even symbolic. It was just
Bye.
waste everybody, which is terrible. Like, that was really. I was like, all right, this guy's just straight up evil. There's
Yeah.
no balance. Like, that was just mean.
Oh, probably my favorite line from the entire movie was when Thor saw that the thing wasn't working, and so he's like, "I'm gonna hold it open," and Peter Dinklage dwarf was like, "It
Mm.
will kill you," and Thor was like, "Only if I die."
Yeah. I was like,
That's
that's
what
like,
killing you means.
yeah, that's what killing you. Like, I just love how confused he is. It's just like,
Mm,
what? Like, yeah, I mean, I love that about Thor because it's like he never shies away from like the jokes and whatnot. But
mm.
like at that moment, you could tell there was so much will going into like he's like, look, I'm not gonna allow myself to not open this.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
have to
just gonna happen.
try everything.
Yeah, like I
Like
might as
Thanos killed my
well.
brother. I told him he was gonna die. I have to make true on that promise.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta make it. I mean, you gotta do what you. I mean, yeah, like everyone you know and love's pretty much been wasted. Like
Yep.
you gotta do something.
Yeah.
But he
And
does it. He makes the hammer
when he
or
got
the
it,
axe or
when he
whatever.
got it, whew.
Man,
Like the Bifrost came down and just that axe just came out of it and just started
that's what
wrecking
I'm saying. Like the axe
everything.
was wasting everybody. Like just the axe, not even like Thor and the axe have their own separate fighting sections
Like there
going
was
on
that,
at the same time.
there was that scene at the beginning of Thor Ragnarok where the Hammer and Thor are beating up everyone, and that
Right.
Hammer was swimming around. But like this was on a whole new level with like
Oh,
Thor
this was
jumping up with like
huge.
the sky just turning black and just he's done that stuff before, but here it's like, oh, these guys, like the guys before, the guys in the other movies when he did stuff like that, they're dead. But these guys,
Yeah.
there's nothing left of them.
It's just ashes. Like they're just going
And
at it.
then Thor
And
could
then
just
they just
and then Thor could just go and just one shot all of those, giant
yeah,
things.
things.
Just,
It's like it's nothing, just like boom, boom, boom. And then like, oh my gosh, and so much going on
mm,
and that like the battle's got so much going on, but there's still like so much action and like
yep,
you're still like, oh my gosh, okay, but make sure Vision's safe. Make sure that like
yeah,
we've got one stone to go.
mhm,
If we lose
yeah,
it, we lose
yeah.
everything.
And I love
You
that
know?
scene where like Captain America saw that Vision was, was out of there, and he was like, everyone, forget about these guys. The Wakandans can handle that. Everyone to Vision now. Like
Yeah,
he
because
is
he
the primary
knows.
target here. Everyone to him.
Because he knows if Vision gets like if the stone gets all this is for nothing. Like we have
Yeah.
to get there and just like oh man, and like it's such a like a smart thing too. Like it's such a leadership thing. It's like, look, we know what our priority is. These
Hmm.
guys, they're soldiers too. They know the risk. We got to get there. Like
Yeah.
that's just what it is. Like,
Yeah. Oh, and then I love the Hulkbuster versus that Hulk villain
mm-hmm.
guy. Because like
Yeah,
like you said, Banner doesn't really know how to fly that thing. He's
yeah. It's
barely
just kind of
punching as it is. So him going up against this giant Hulk like villain, and the Hulk not wanting to come out to fight him is like, fine, I'll do it myself. And then like
yeah.
he barely wins. So he
So
still like
yeah, it's just
it just really shows that Banner grew as a character himself, because really before
right,
he was solely linked to the Hulk, and now
right.
Banner like mustered up the courage. If Hulk won't help me here, I have to do it myself and fight this other
Right.
big baddie. So yeah,
And he does, and like, and that's huge because like even in the last movie, like Thor Ragnarok, Thor is like, no, no, I mean Banner's no numbers. I prefer Hulk, like
yeah,
it kind of did point out that like, Hulk is, I mean, Hulk's a lot more helpful usually in the movies than
yeah,
Banner. Banner's like, you know what? Give me a suit, I'll do it. Yeah.
mm,
So that was big for Banner because like
oh
he's
yeah,
actually like a character. He's important.
mm,
And I love the scene where no, not Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson, Black
yeah,
Widow,
yeah,
and Okoye are fighting, and like, oh, dude, that was
and
such,
yeah, like the girl fight that happens.
yeah, that was such a good. I was like, oh, dude, get it,
Yeah,
get it, okay, yeah. 'Cause I've been
why
waiting for
hasn't
that.
she
'Cause,
been here the whole time?
yeah, she says what everybody's thinking. Like, why wasn't she like the first one off the hill? Like, why wasn't she running up there? I mean, she's right though, because all these people got wasted. That probably could have been avoided.
Yeah, like I mean, she was there solely to protect Vision, and I get it. But like, if she was there standing, at the barrier itself and just kind of
I mean,
stopping people from coming, that it would have been
I
fine.
mean, she literally could have just been like opened a hole in the ground and like ate all of them.
Yeah, she
Like,
could have just picked everyone up and just throw them into space.
yeah, something like that, or just no, because I mean that's fine. I guess we wouldn't have much of an action sequence if she didn't, but
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
like,
Like honestly, the majority of the nitpicks I have of this movie, they they're there because they need to make a movie. Like,
right,
oh, the reason it jumps around so much is because you have so many characters to deal with. Oh, the reason Doctor Strange doesn't teleport them back is because you need them to get to Titan. The
right.
reason certain other things are because you need
You
to have
need
a big
that.
action
It's
scene, so
not
it makes
just
sense.
yeah. It's not just oh the writing was bad. It's just it to make the movie better.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that's
So
good.
yeah, going back to the Guardians versus Iron Man and all them, like that was a good scene. I just love it
Mm.
when good guys fight other bad guys, even if it is just a big misunderstanding. I just love
Right.
scenes like that.
It's just like the mix. I was like, yeah, who are you? Wait, I'm from Earth. It's like, all right, it's like I'm from Missouri. It's like Missouri's on. Like he was so done. It's on Earth. Like he was so. You could just feel all the frustration, how done he was in his voice. Like that was. Oh my goodness.
And then
Oh,
Peter Quill was like, "Where's Gamora?" And Iron Man's like, "I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora?" And Drax is like, "I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?"
good morning. Everyone just like, Drax, don't say words.
Just
You're not good at
yeah.
them. Like
One thing
stop.
that this movie did so well is it made you feel very comfortable. Like there were
Mm,
certain scenes, like Drax getting spaghetti, but just throughout most of the movie, like you feel very confident in what the heroes are gonna do. The jokes. There's actually a lot more jokes in this movie than I thought there would be, but it's not,
yeah.
overwhelmingly so. So like almost the entire time, you're feeling really good about this. You're feeling, yes, like this is like most other Marvel movies, and the heroes are gonna win in the end. And we'll get to the ending, but you get where I'm going with, right?
Yeah, I know. I get what you're
Yeah,
saying. Like
yeah,
it's still really lighthearted and jokey, but it's heavy
yeah.
still. So
There's a
like it's
heaviness, and the
definitely
jokes are there just to kind of break it up a little bit.
yeah, kind of cool. Because I mean, if there were no jokes, this would just be depression. The
Yeah, a little
movie,
bit.
like it's just like,
Speaking of
bro.
depression, I feel it. I feel we should go on to, the Gamora scene now.
Oh man.
Just even before then, like with Thanos just torturing Nebula, like,
Yeah. Oh, that was rough, dude. Like, just like no regard, like so brutal. I'm like, dude,
like we
bro. I
already
mean, that's your daughter. Like,
we already
bro.
knew that Thanos didn't give a crap about her because he's already replaced half her body with metal.
Right.
So clearly he doesn't care about her. But just showing that he is willing to torture her solely to get this information out of Gamora, and like even going as far as to like showing memories from Nebula to
Right.
like
Like
show like, yes, you know where
forcing
the
them
Soul
out
Stone
of
is.
her
Tell us.
mind. Yeah. Like, don't lie to me. I can.
Yeah,
Oh my God. And then like when they get to the plant, I love that Red Skull was
I love that.
that
Like
was
I didn't
such
even
a nice
consider
touch.
that. I didn't consider that at
Right?
all.
That was such
I
a
thought
nice
honestly
touch.
thought I thought that shadowy figure was gonna be Lady Death.
Yeah, or something like that. But
Yeah,
I mean, like I
Red
was like,
Skull.
oh, dude, I was like, okay, Red Skull, I'm
I
making,
know.
cause, yeah,
I
because
know he
making a
was
appearance.
pouring off into space at the end of Captain America, but like you're here apparently. Okay.
Was all right. I
I
mean,
don't
like
know how
that's.
you know all that you do, but I'm fine with it.
I mean, I guess word travels fast in space. I mean, who
But
knows? I
like, how is he
mean,
able to float? Did the soul still give him power? Maybe I don't
maybe,
know.
maybe he was chosen. I mean, who knows? I have no idea.
Mhm.
But nonetheless, he's in it, so that's really dope.
Yeah, and actually,
Uh,
it wasn't. I can't remember the actor's name, but it wasn't the same guy who played him. It was a guy who does very good impressions. So
okay.
yeah, because
Well,
like
I was
I
convinced.
couldn't tell the difference because the same guy who plays him also plays Megatron in the Transformers movies.
Hmm.
And I could hear Megatron in his voice, which is weird, but like it wasn't the same guy. So that's a really good impression if you can
That's
like
what I'm saying.
do
Like,
multiple voices like that.
yeah, I'm like, dude, you're playing someone else. Like,
Yeah.
that's well done.
Yeah.
But but yeah, that was a nice touch. And then like when he
Like
has to sacrifice, and Gamora's all like, "Ha, you love nothing, nothing,"
you
and then you
love
just see the
nothing.
single tear go
It's like,
down.
ha,
They're
you
like,
crying because you lost. No, those tears aren't for him. Ah, crap.
yeah, I was just like, oh, what? And it's kind
What?
of, and a lot of people are like, oh, this scene made me really feel for Thanos. I'm like,
Thanos, what?
that's what I'm saying.
Did you
I'm like,
feel for
what?
Thanos?
No, but like people, I've got like some of my friends, they're like, yeah, like they really made Thanos like he didn't look. I'm like, he's still the bad guy.
He,
He's so
although I
like,
will admit, there were multiple times throughout this movie where like he what he's doing almost felt justified. Like, he said, "My planet, I was called a titan, a mad titan, for saying half the people should be extinct, otherwise you all will go extinct," and that happened. And then he was like, "On Gamora's planet, I executed half your planet, and your planet is doing just fine."
right.
So he had a rationale for what he was doing. He was just
Yes,
going about it in an awful way.
right. And like my argument for that is like, okay, so you take half the population, kill genocide, and
Mhm.
the other half is prosperous. But what happens when the other half gets all the way in? You just genocide again?
Yes.
Like, when does it end? Just mass killing every other generation?
I,
Like, what is
I don't
that?
know. Point.
That's not progress. Living. I mean, that who wants to live that life?
Yeah.
No one wants
Because
to.
let's just say, for example, there's about 7.2 billion people on Earth right now. Get rid of half of those at 3.6 billion. I think I did my math around that.
You did.
Within like, I'd say within 20 years, that would be up to about 7.2 billion again. So,
Exactly.
like, what's your plan, Thanos?
That's what I'm saying. And there's a 50-50 shot that you get wiped out. So, like, no one's going to want to live that life. Like, nobody wants to.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, and my thing is, you have the Infinity Stones. Why don't you just make more resources? Make more Earths.
That's a
make more
great
places.
question. And why don't you just make resources infinite? Yeah.
Problem solved. Nobody needs to die. You're welcome, everyone. And then Thanos wipes me from existence.
Instead, he wants to just kill everybody because that makes way more sense than trying to save everybody. Okay, why not?
See and that's the reason I don't consider him the hero.
No,
because he's not trying to help everybody. Like, and all these people are like, oh, but Thanos makes sense. I'm like, no, he doesn't. He's still
we
crazy.
just destroyed his logic right here without any
like,
pre-thought to this.
Like, he's still crazy. Like, his motives are crazy. Yeah. He is crazy. Like, that's not okay. Just because he thinks he's right doesn't make him right, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think but man, that was that was when he dropped them. I have to admit, I was not expecting that. I was like, oh, dude, like, and the thing is, like,
and it showed the body too. Meaning
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there was no like, there was like corpse.
Yeah.
Like,
although there is the theory that her soul is now in the Soul Stone because they can apparently do that. So
I've heard that.
You think that's the case?
I could see it because you have to, in order to use the Soul Stone, you have to give up something. So maybe there's an exchange policy.
Maybe.
Like, you know, try it for 7 days, and if you want to bring it back, so, like, I don't know. Like, maybe that's a thing. I don't know how Infinity Stones work, but I mean, maybe there's a possibility that's how it works. So maybe, you know, they beat Thanos and the stones go their way or whatever. I guess maybe they come back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or if they get the Infinity Stones, they can just bring everybody back. Who knows?
True.
They can just Dragon Ball it.
Theoretically, yeah. And that's honestly probably gonna happen. We'll get to all that stuff later. So yeah, Thanos now has what 4 stones, and while the Battle of Wakanda is happening, I love the smash cut to Thanos opening the portal on Titan, because like I think it was around the time Vision like leaped out of that building fighting that other guy. It was like, we have a Vision situation, and then it smash cut to Thanos stepping out of that portal on Titan. Like, kind of thought, oh, Thanos is now on Wakanda, but no, he's on Titan. So
he's doing something else.
That was good editing.
Yeah.
And then
he's got to fight.
Yeah. Probably my favorite, I guess, intimate fight scene in this entire movie. Essentially, you know, half the Guardians, Tony Stark, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man versus Thanos. That was, I felt just the way each character interacted with each other, just like the alley-oops, the Doctor Strange giving Star-Lord, like, you know, steps to do stuff. Doctor Strange giving Spider-Man portals to, like, kick him and shoot webs and stuff. Just everything that they did, they used every single character to the best of their abilities, and I really appreciated that.
It was so good because, I mean, how they used Mantis to, like, get Thanos' mind was really smart. Like, I mean, they really went through this plan, which apparently it's Quill's plan. Like, you know,
he's the one who messed it up, so really we can't give him too much credit.
I was really surprised it worked that well because I really thought they were going to get it off him, but he was just going to get it back on.
No.
And I was just like, dude, they're actually going to do it. Like, that was kind of easy. Like,
it wasn't easy, but, like, it was easier than it should have been.
That's what I'm saying, because you got to remember, they only have half of their starters, so to speak, and they're just kind of, you know, they're like giving Thanos the business a little bit, and then, you know,
and, like, I loved how the plan wasn't to beat Thanos. The plan was make sure he doesn't close his hand. Do everything in your power. Spider-Man, shoot it. Doctor Strange, do your webby thing.
Yeah, everything.
Just do everything you can to make sure he does not close that hand so that he does not disintegrate us right now.
Yeah, get the gauntlet. Because without the gauntlet, I mean, he's still Thanos, but we actually have a chance,
Yeah.
basically.
We can use it against him theoretically. So
yeah, exactly. You get the gauntlet and, just like, oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And it
Like,
was
do
like
some,
off his hand. And then Peter
yeah,
Quill
like,
just had to ask where Gamora was, and
oh,
he was like, I killed him. And he's like, why? And then, which, like, I get it. I get it. Star Lord has always more or less been fueled by emotion, so, like, I
yeah.
understand that. But why not do that after the glove is off?
That's the thing he doesn't get. And that's what they're trying. And the thing is, I love how they're trying to tell him that. Like, Iron Man and, like, Doctor Strange are like, let's get the glove. He's like, Quill, focus. Like, we can do interrogating after we disarm him. Like, literally, like, this is not okay. He can still disintegrate us theoretically. Let's be careful here. And oh man.
And like I said, I get it, but just Quill, this was your plan. Like, just do the plan and just be rational for just 2 more seconds. Just literally 2 more seconds. We had the glove off him.
We had the glove, but we could have actually won. It would have been over. Nobody else would have to die, but it's fine.
Then Tony Stark had to get stabbed by his own armor piece, and Doctor Strange was like, fine, you can have it. You can have it.
Which I was really surprised about. I was like, okay, I guess that's it. I mean, my theory is I guess that was the one possibility he saw that they win, and it's like, all right, I have to do the thing I wasn't willing to do. Because I feel like the 14 million times the first time he didn't give up the stone. He's like,
probably in every single timeline, like, in every other timeline Tony Stark dies, they can't come up with a plan good enough to beat Thanos. In every other timeline where both Tony Stark and Doctor Strange dies, he gets the stone regardless, because I assume after Doctor Strange dies, the stone just kind of reappears. So there's no one left to stop him. The one timeline where Thanos is stopped is one where Tony Stark does not die in the end, and he then makes a plan with whoever's left to kill him. So him saying it's the only way.
Right.
I get it. I understand. Like, he's seen this multiple times fail. It's like, if there's even a chance of you surviving is what makes us win, then I'm going to go for it. Yeah.
Which, I think that's the big part of it, because, like we'll see in the next movie, but that's definitely going to, that's probably going to definitely be brought back up. And
Yeah.
I was just, that was really impressive how they almost got it off. And I was like, get him, guys, get him. And then the whole Star Lord with the bomb he was before, like, boom, and then gives him a middle finger and jumps in down. Oh, that was so epic.
But okay, so I guess last we gotta talk about just I guess the only thing we really gotta talk about left is the ending.
I don't want to talk about
I didn't really think that when Scarlet Witch, blew the Mind Stone up, I didn't actually think that was it. Because, Thanos just got the time stones and he can just rewind time. So like, there was all this drama, like, is she actually gonna do it? Yeah, she did it, but, like, does it matter? No. Oh well.
I just thought it was so brutal how not only did he rewind it to the end of time, but he brought Vision back to life.
Yes. He died twice.
Literally rip his head out. And I was just like, that is so brutal. Like, bro. Like, I mean, it's literally like resuscitating and then killing him again. Like, that's the ultimate brutality.
But there was a really epic scene where Scarlet Witch was both trying to destroy the stone and hold off Thanos at the same time. And then it worked, and like Thanos was like, no. Oh wait. Whoop, redo. Bam.
Yeah, it's like time. And I was just like, oh. Like you kind of felt this like sigh in the theater when he said time. And everyone's like, oh, and he just
crap. And I love how like the Hulkbuster tried to fight him, but he just phased right through me into a wall with you. Captain America. Ah, nope. Everyone else, nope, nope, nope. Get out of my way. You're barely slowing me down at this point. Why are you even
Yeah, I know.
trying?
He's literally just like, no, no, peasants. Like we're on a new level now. Like, because it shows that he's like, he's finally really using the stones too. Like he
Hmm.
was at first, he was kind of just like, I'll use it if I have to, but it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah,
He's like, all right, we're done.
yeah,
I'm done fighting.
hmm, yeah.
You're gone.
And then
Like,
Thor came in at the last moment and stabbed him in the chest. It was like, yes, wait, chest, not arm or head. Oh no. Oh
honestly,
no.
I thought he was gonna cut his arm off at first. Like, I
Yeah,
really
that's
did.
what I would
I
have
was
done.
like,
Like, I get it.
that would
I guess Thor wanted him. He wanted to tell Thanos, "I told you you would die for this. Now I will kill you," or something like that. He wanted to see Thanos' face when
yeah,
he
I
says
wanted
that,
to
so I
definitely,
understand it. But I kind of feel like cutting off the arm should have been his priority, or just
yeah,
I get it. Maybe the axe isn't as precision based. So shooting for the
yeah.
giant chest, that makes sense. But just you were so close, so close. Just
They just like I would have aimed for the head. And I was like, he's
crap
just
and quiet.
yeah,
I
just
love
no
that.
talking.
It was just quiet, and it wasn't
Over.
music or anything for the rest of the movie until the credits.
Yeah.
Just was there even there wasn't music to the credits either, right? I don't think
Yeah, there was. There
it was.
was.
Okay, it was kind of somber music though.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was eerie music to be
Yeah,
sure, but I mean, it
and
wasn't the
like
classic, Avengers theme by any means.
yeah, and like you could
But
just really feel like boom, half the world is gone. It's quiet now, and just I personally don't really care all that much for Bucky. Like he's not my favorite character, but like
mhm,
I learned to like him a little more. So,
mhm.
but clearly Captain America cares about Bucky. So having
Yeah,
Bucky be the first one to be Cap, I don't feel so. Or like
just
Steve,
gone. I was just
Steve, bye.
like the fact
Oh,
that they
that's how we're
just
doing it. It's not snap, they're all gone. It's snap, fade away into dust.
dramatically just like little puzzle pieces fall off. Like that was
Like,
so
oh,
not okay. It was,
oh. Why though? Why you
oh
gotta
my
do it like that?
that was
Thanos, what is wrong with
so
you?
that was so emotional, dude.
That's
Oh my
creating
god.
more waste. Like half the world is now dust. Why not just snap them out of existence? Why you gotta go that route? I got a
You
litter.
gotta you gotta make sure that they know that they lost. Like it was just that realization, like we lost.
Oh,
Like
and
oh
it wasn't just Bucky. It was Bucky and Falcon. So both of Captain America's replacements are dead
right,
now. They
God,
did
I
that
was
on
like,
purpose. They knew.
oh
They knew.
no, there you go. And then yo,
Oh,
bro, when
Scarlet
Black
Witch,
Panther,
Black Panther too. Which
I
I
was
actually got
so
spoiled on that. I actually got spoiled on Black Panther dying somehow.
really.
But like, so I was expecting it, but I wasn't. I was expecting him to die in a different way.
I was
Because I wasn't. I
oh my
wasn't
god,
spoiled on the ending itself. I was just spoiled that Black
right.
Panther,
Black
and I
Panther
also heard rumors
specifically.
that Spider Man had died. So like, I was ready for it, but I wasn't ready for that. I guess.
I literally yelled when Black Panther died. I was like, no! Like, I was so loud. I
My
was like,
entire theater was quiet throughout that entire thing. It's like, oh, 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 oh,
just
ooh,
everybody saying through it. And yo, the Spider Man,
Spider
that
Man.
was so emotional.
Yeah, and it
Like
came
he,
full circle because Iron Man at first was like, when when Peter thought he was giving him a hug, it's like we're not on that level yet. But then Iron Man was like hugging Spider Man until the
yeah,
end.
it's
It's
like it's
like,
gonna be okay. It's like,
no,
oh my
why?
god, I don't want to go, Mr. Stark. Like
Oh
he's
my god.
so like, and you remember, like this dude's a kid. He's in high
Yeah,
school.
he's like maybe
He's not
17 at
even.
this point. Like, oh my
That's what I'm
gosh.
saying. And he just died. And like he thinks he's like this is. Oh my
And then
gosh.
Drax and Mantis and Star Lord. Thank goodness. You deserve it, Star Lord.
Honestly, I thought he was gonna be fine. So he's like, and then and then Iron Man was gonna be like, look what you done, basically,
Yeah,
kind of
but
like,
no, he did. And also Doctor Strange too. It's like how many?
yeah.
Is this even? Are there even half the Avengers left at this point?
I was like, literally, it's Iron Man. Everyone we thought was gonna die is still alive, is still around.
Like literally, there were images of Star Lord. I think it was Star Lord, Black Panther, Spider Man, and Doctor Strange. At least those last three, maybe someone else in that first one, but like those four was like there were images of least likely to die in Infinity War. These four, all dead.
Yeah.
Bye. They all have sequels. We don't
Bye.
care.
It's like sequels. Psych. Like, there's no. Oh my! Like,
And something
so
hilarious is that um I think this might just be Marvel kind of being playing coy with people because up until Infinity War, Jeremy Reynolds, is that Hawkeye, Jeremy Reynolds,
Raymer,
Jeremy Rayner,
or Raymers.
Okay, well,
It's like Ram. Is it Ram?
I think
No,
it's
something
Reynolds,
like that.
maybe. I don't know. Well, no, Ryan Reynolds. Dang it, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's Jeremy Renner.
Okay, well, yeah, he was scheduled. He was on IMDb to be in Infinity War, and then after it came out, he was not longer in Infinity War. But Tom Holland and Chadwick Boseman and pretty much everyone else that died are no longer on IMDb to be in the Avengers 4. It's like, oh,
That's
okay. Are they just playing coy with us? Are they actually not in it?
I don't care. I want my characters back. You can't take them from me.
But they're all still scheduled to have their sequels. So
I know. Like, I mean, I know. Like, we know they're back somehow. It's just like, bro. I was not ready. I was not ready for that at all. I was so unprepared. I have no idea.
And also Scarlet Witch. Like, I think Scarlet Witch dying was
Yeah.
probably the one that hurt me the most.
Really?
Yeah, because like she went through the entire movie. She saw like her boyfriend die twice,
True.
and then she's like, "Oh no," and then faded away. It's like, oh, just
Uh-oh,
either that or
uh-oh.
Mantis, because Mantis is like, "Oh no," shh. Just, I thought that was funny.
Oh my god, yeah, there was just so much emotion. It just everybody the body just dropped, just
Yeah.
gone, and just like what's gonna happen to the world, man? Because I mean, this is happening everywhere. Who's left? Like,
I is Shuri left over? It didn't show her,
that's what
so
I'm
I
saying.
don't
We
know.
don't know. We don't know. And if she's not, who's running the freaking country? Like,
I guess.
what do we do?
Crap. What's the lady's? What's like his right hand lady name?
Okoye?
Yeah, I guess she is. I guess.
I guess, but like maybe, like I mean, she's legit. She doesn't. I mean, she's not. I don't know. And like, even if Shuri is still alive, does she become Black Panther? Like, what is the Wakanda protocol?
But
where
there's no purple fruit or whatever.
I
left.
know. I know. That's
So-
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We are not prepared for Black just to disappear. There's a whole country that's like, bro,
Yeah.
what do we do?
Like Okoye clearly saw that. It's like, oh crap, our leader's dead. That other tribe's leader is dead. Your sister, I don't know if she's alive. It's like,
Like,
I
what are we
guess I
doing?
don't know.
I mean, what do we do? Like, you're almost hoping you go too, so you don't have to explain this to everyone else.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, bro.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
And, like-
I'm like, what?
And
Okay,
it was
so
one
who's
thing.
left?
It was one thing for it was one thing for Bucky to die. It was another thing for Falcon to die, and it was another thing for Rhodey to be like, Sam, where are you? It's like, oh my, why are you gonna do this?
Oh my god, it was so just like, like there's so much, and like Tony's like on Titan just by himself.
Yeah, he has no idea who's left. He
That's
knows
what I'm
like
saying, he's-
everyone around him's dead except for Nebula. Like, why Nebula? Why is she still there?
But like, I mean, she's been through enough probably, but still, like,
But literally all of the Guardians are dead outside of Nebula, kind of, and Rocket Raccoon, because also Groot
Yeah.
died.
yeah, Groot disappeared. Yeah, so like,
How is that equal?
I mean, it doesn't count individually based on, and also that could be like their species too. Like, who knows?
I
But
guess.
like, I don't know, man. It's, oh my goodness, because like, so I was just really not prepared for, like, I really wasn't.
I wasn't either. I also was definitely not prepared for, after like the main credits for the Infinity War logo to fade away. It's like, why? Why?
So it was so bad, and
Yeah,
just
it
like,
is
and
too-
like, And like after the credits, just the like I was expecting, the Avengers will return. No, 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 no. Thanos
Thanos.
will return. No, no one else is guaranteed. Just
Uh,
Thanos. Like the last person I want to see right
mm,
now is
like,
coming back.
like even Samuel L. freaking Jackson is dead. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
mm,
Like everybody, like
mm,
everyone was like, bro, what is the world gonna do?
I don't know.
'Cause,
I mean,
I mean,
hopefully Captain Marvel isn't dead. We don't know.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. She could just as easily be gone. Like we don't know. You can't call them reinforcements if they were also dead.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh my
so
god.
so yeah, I guess it will be easier to count who's left.
Okay, so we know Iron Man and Captain America, hilariously, are the only ones still alive.
We
We
got Hulk.
got we might have. I mean, we could only have just Banner. Maybe Hulk's dead. We don't
Yeah, we
know.
don't know. Yeah, Black Widow,
Black Widow's still there. Okoye, um,
Nebula, Rocket.
Nebula, Rocket. Is that it?
I mean,
I think
theoretically, Ant Man and Hawkeye.
okay, yeah,
Rhodey,
but
Rhodey.
oh yeah, Rhodey.
Um, I
I think that's it. Because you said we had like what 20 going in, and that's about 10.
oh yeah,
So
that is 10. I mean, for counting Okoye, yeah.
okay, yeah, Korea doesn't
I guess
really have
Shuri.
that.
We don't know. We don't even seen her.
I
So
was like, we don't know. She might be done
Wong
too.
might also be dead. We don't know. Like,
Oh my gosh. Oh, not ready. So many people are like, what are we gonna do,
but
man?
like again, theoretically, all these people that faded to ash, they're all stored in the Soul Stone, because the Soul Stone itself wasn't. We don't know what its actual power is outside of seeing young
Mhm.
Gamora at the very end, which I assume is part of its power. So
Right.
outside of that, he didn't use it during the final battle. Um, so I probably have, like, in order to have an out, like they'll explain away everyone who died is in the Soul Stone. So like
Right.
they could work it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, I mean, like one of the ways that I was told, like one of my friends told me from their knowledge of like the actual comics is like
Mm,
it's an alternate dimension that they're in.
yeah.
So
Okay.
like what I thought was like my kind of personal theory was like all the people that fade away,
Mm-hmm.
then like it's a mixture of like the reality show and something else. So like in their reality, the opposite happens. The people that fade away for
Oh,
real don't
but
fade away and like kind of like so they're kind of in the same boat but on like an alternate planet kind of.
so when Spider-Man's like, I don't feel too good, that was him just phase shifting to another dimension, or is it?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
They kind of just end up in another dimension. They're kind of just on another dimension, like where are we or something like that, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Like I don't know, that's what I think. But because like obviously like the next movie, they're probably like it's probably gonna be Captain Marvel and like Iron Man, Captain America, like trying to
Yeah.
get them all back, you
And
know? So
theoretically Ant-Man, Hawkeye too.
yeah,
Which is, I
hopefully.
found it very interesting that they specifically left the core Avengers left. Bruce Banner,
Yeah,
um, Captain America, uh, Black Widow, and Iron Man, and Thor.
and Thor.
Thor, I forgot about Thor,
Yeah, we forgot
and
about Thor.
potentially Hawkeye. Like those six, the
I mean,
original six are still alive. So clearly, we're gonna see them have another pen around shot with these six again at some point.
it's gonna be one. I feel like yeah, like the last one. There's gonna be one
Movies, yeah,
final shot where just all of them going together.
yeah,
It's gonna happen. He's like going, and then the world will never be the same.
yeah.
Oh
So
my
I
god! Bring back Black
so
Panther and Spider Man,
uh, just Thanos will return. Which
dude.
I was fully expecting them to show the title of the next movie.
Yeah,
Thanos will
I was
return
too. Yeah, and that
in in what?
Thanos. I was like, give me more. I need answers.
Yeah, but no,
Oh man.
you gave us nothing. How
And
how did you get away with that?
how can you sleep at night knowing you've
We're so
deprived us of?
You already said the name should scare us, and now you're saying you're not giving it to us until maybe D23.
That's
That's
what
like
I'm
4 months
saying.
away.
So it's like that's evil, and like who knows? Like, bro, please. Oh my goodness, like this is so much. Like, like I was just restless after this. Like
Yeah,
I could
like
talk one for like
That
hours.
was one of the first times where I've watched a Marvel movie and didn't feel like kind of antsy sitting through all the credits. Because,
Hmm.
those Marvel credits can get like 10 minutes long.
Oh yeah,
But just the entire theater was quiet. The very somber
silent.
music. Like, you needed that time to just collect yourself. And I was
Oh
still leaving the
yeah,
theater lliterally shaking.
yeah. I don't like. I was just like I was just like walking like this for like all the
Yeah.
way back to the car. Like I couldn't even. I didn't even know what was going on. Like I was so glad I wasn't driving because I would have just like been like, what's the
Same.
point?
Yeah.
like, I mean, it was just like so bad. Like I was not prepared at all for that at all.
Yeah. I, so I have one theory that in Ant-Man and the Wasp, the it'll take place between Civil War and Infinity War, potentially
Mm,
like right before Infinity War, maybe even kind of
yeah.
during. Um, Essentially, I think the after credit scene will be essentially the aftermath of what happened in Infinity War, and I think the Wasp will disappear.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Just
I
to
like
show there are clearly there are stakes, and this movie is not because a lot of people are saying, oh, why they even bother showing Ant Man and the Wasp next? Clearly, Captain Marvel needs to be shown next because she's going to be. There needs to be some kind of connection between Ant Man and
yeah,
Infinity
some way
War
to
in order for.
bridge it there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they do. Because I mean, you can't just have another movie after Infinity War just went down. Like that's just like you have to at least mention what has happened
Yeah.
because this is too big not to notice.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't kidding, man. They were like, "You're not ready for it." Like they were not kidding because I wasn't ready.
But
I gotta say.
clearly, when Kevin Feige said, "Oh, we're considering these deaths to be final," no, you're not. You are
I mean,
not doing that because Spider-Man and Black Panther both died. Yet they both have sequels. Black Panther is one of the biggest movies ever. Spider-Man is freaking Spider-Man. Like you're really gonna kill them off after only one movie? I
see,
don't
I feel
believe
like
that.
those aren't the ones. Like, I feel like they're gonna come back. I feel like the people that really are, like the people that stayed like alive. I think
Mm.
those are the ones that have the best chance of actually
Yeah.
dying in the next.
Like Loki, Gamora, and all the Asgardians, they're gone.
Yeah,
Clearly, they're gone. But all the ones that disappeared, I think they're gonna come back. So,
yeah, yeah. I do too. Like, yeah, man.
although I still
I
feel there
still.
might be some collateral, getting them back, but the
Oh
ones
yeah,
who
yeah. Well,
disappeared will most likely, like 98% chance, will come back.
oh yeah, yeah, like they're gonna return, and like I feel like two-thirds of the next movie is gonna be just getting them back, and the last act's just gonna be like everyone's like, all right, guys, let's go.
If this time, if you
Like,
die, walk it off. I'm telling you this
yeah,
time, walk it off. Listen to me this time, please.
if you die,
I
walk it
can't have any
off.
more of you dying on me.
That's still one of the best lines. If you die, walk it off.
And I love how like I don't necessarily like the fact that Nick Fury died. Like I get it, or it makes sense for him to call Captain Marvel and then die in the process. It makes sense,
Hmm.
but I don't really like it because especially since he didn't really do anything in this movie. But it was honestly worth it for him saying for like what he said like as he was dying.
Hmm.
It's like because these movies are PG-13, so you can't throw out an MF bomb out there
I
just
mean,
at a
but it
given
is
moment.
Samuel L. Jackson. It's his
It's like,
trademark.
yeah, it's his trademark. So like, the
uh,
Russo brothers were like, we'll cut you off, but you can say it
like,
here.
we'll make you a deal. If you
We'll allow
say
it.
it,
We'll
we'll
allow it.
have to kill you. He's like, worth it. Worth it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was not expecting both of them to die right there.
No,
Like at the end, I
at
was
least
like,
one
oh
of them, yeah.
man. Oh my God.
Mm. Yeah, and then I know before this movie, I was saying I didn't want Captain Marvel to be the teaser, but like I'm fine with it. I feel like it works because like
Mm,
clearly Nick Fury saw crap. This is what a code red. Yes, the code red. We need
yeah.
some help here. I don't even know if this will reach her, but we need some help. Captain Marvel comes save us, and like clearly it
Yeah.
shows
I
like
mean,
she's her movie, and then probably the stinger of her movie is gonna be the lead up into Avengers 4.
oh yeah. And like the thing is, like like we need all that. Well, first we need all the help we can get just to get our world back.
Yeah.
So like like she's got to have like all she's gonna need all her powers and more just to like help us
Hmm.
out because like this is not
Yeah.
gonna be easy.
And the Russo brothers have simply said, yeah, Captain Marvel is like the most powerful character we've seen in this universe yet, or at least as far as like superheroes
Ooh,
go. So
ooh.
yeah, she'll be
Hype.
back up good enough probably.
I think she might take one or two guys down. One or two, like a couple maybe.
Yeah.
Like I think she'll be fine.
Hmm.
Uh,
But yeah, one last thing I would maybe last I don't know I want to mention is that I going in, I've told you multiple times, Thanos has never been my favorite villain. Like,
mm,
I honestly might go out saying I don't even like the guy. Like, in my eyes, he's just kind of a less interesting dark side, which is kind of saying something. But like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
this movie, I feel I learned to like him a little more. Maybe it was just the voice. Maybe it was his rationale. Like he was still evil, but like he still he had more or less had a reason for what he was doing. It was not just to impress the Lady Death, which I feel has always been really shallow. Or
Yeah,
it was not just to become ruler of this dimension, which again that's so cliche and shallow.
right.
So for
Like,
him to actually
there
have
we
a
go.
motive and for him to if for it to be justified for how powerful he is, I felt like it really worked as even without the helmet, which he started off having it, but like him removing it as more of a like a ceremonial type thing. I felt like
Yeah,
overall his character worked well for me.
yeah. I liked it a lot too. I think he would like like in this universe we haven't had that character that's just like, bro, this is the baddest of the bad guy. Like,
Mm,
Loki, like he wasn't as much as like as intimidating factor in
yeah,
Ultron. Like this guy was like, all right, here's everything you've got,
yeah,
and I'm just gonna, brush it off. It's no
yeah,
big like it's I mean, there was literally like you had no answer basically. Like they're
mm-hmm,
just you can hit him hard, like he will hit you harder, as
mm-hmm,
Hulk found out very early in this
yeah.
movie.
Like
Like
Loki was beaten by the Hulk, but the Hulk was beaten by Thanos.
Thanos,
So
like thoroughly beaten like a child. Like it was that,
sorry.
and like like, and it's not just brute strength. I mean, he's smart because
Mm,
he uses the stones to his ability, and he gets them
mm,
all like, and he gets them all pretty quickly. He's not wasting time. He's like, all right, next one, let's three, let's go for four, let's go for
yeah.
five, let's go for six. Like he's not playing around.
Mm,
Like even when he gets, he's axe deep in a chest, like he's still like, I still have the gauntlet. I can still
like
beat you,
like
and
I'm dying here, but like I still have enough breath to tell you should have gone for the head. Snap. I'm okay now.
right? It's like, oh, dude,
And
so
like and the
evil.
gauntlet was just destroyed. Like there's no
Mm,
like clearly the Rooster Brothers wanted to show, hey, I know you're all thinking that they can just get the gauntlet and reset everything, but no, the gauntlet's destroyed. We don't even know.
yeah,
We're not even sure if the stones still work anymore. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like this world might be broken, and we just can't deal. Like we
yeah,
just do what you will. Like,
yeah.
oh my god, that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, and like I get this is kind of, I mean, like, and this is kind of just like the Marvel's version of kind of like Empire, kind of just
yeah.
like how like you leave the theater like it can't end like this. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
just like
But,
the bad guys won
but like
and the good guys got rocked.
even Empire kind of ended on a not happy, but like on a what's the word I'm looking for?
Promise time? I don't
Promising.
know. I
Yeah,
don't,
there's a word.
I don't know.
I just can't pull it out of my head right now.
Yeah,
But like upbeat, I guess in a way. No,
yeah.
like with with Luke and Leia looking out with like that kind of cheery music in the background. Like we will get Han back. We will like we will go forward from this.
Mm-hmm.
Infinity War ends with Thanos sitting in some abandoned house, just looking off on a grassy field, like, I did this. This was a good day for me. End. Everyone's dead.
Just
Thanos won. It's over.
game over. Game over. Do not retry. Do not pass go. It's over. It's done.
and
And that is crazy.
and that kind of makes me realize I think our last video was our prediction video.
Mm.
I was looking back over that list. I think every single one of our predictions, outside of me saying that Gamora and Spider-Man were gonna die, was wrong. All of them were wrong.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, because it was like, because I mean, everyone's expecting, oh, obviously Cap's gonna I mean, no, I didn't talk to anyone who didn't think Captain America was gonna die in this movie.
Yeah, or
like,
Iron Man.
Everyone
both, one or both of them are gonna die.
Right, and they're,
nope.
They're only the two of the main ones that don't die somehow. And
even my prediction that Bruce Banner was gonna die was backwards. It's like, what?
Yeah, like no. And like I was so surprised there was like barely any Hulk in this movie. Like I was surprised. Like they did so many things that you weren't expecting. It was really out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. There was no big final act that we hadn't seen yet. Like I predicted, there was no big shot of everyone coming together. Thanos actually won, which I was like 60-40 on, but still I was expecting Thanos to actually be beaten. There's only one after credit scene, and it was actually showing a stinger for Captain Marvel. It's like, what is this movie?
Yeah, they didn't show the title for the new one. Like, I mean, it was really just like
Quicksilver wasn't in it. It's like,
man, it's like there's just so much. Like, here? It's just, I don't know. I mean, can we rebuild? Like, what do we do? What do we do? I mean. My thing is, what's the plan? Like, what possible game plan do you go from there? Like,
you do it together. That's Cap's. That's all Cap can think of.
Do what? For all we know, he might just do it again. Then we'll only have 1/4 the people. Like, who knows, man?
But
like,
the gauntlet's destroyed. I guess
I know, but maybe he'll do it by himself. Like, maybe he'll just be like, all right, you guys line up. And he probably could.
That's
the thing. Like, I mean, could you stop? I can't stop.
I mean, even the Thanos busting axe that Thor forged by almost dying wasn't enough to kill him in an instant. So,
like, bro, like,
I don't know.
Does not compute. Like, I just don't know what to say. Bro.
And one thing that, like, I hear some people kind of, I guess, nitpicking about is that this movie, it clearly feels like a setup movie for the next one. Like, it can't really exist on its own. Which I personally feel is fine. Like, in order to have stakes for the next one, in order to have the stakes that Marvel fans have been craving for the last 10 years, you needed to have something big like this happen. So everything, like the majority of the movie, you can just enjoy on its own, but then the ending, you kind of need the next one to like really understand what happened. I can kind of understand the sentiment, but still, just I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like these movies were shot at the same time; they were clearly meant as a pair, so it's fine. The only problem is that we have to wait a year for the next one.
And now.
Why can't that one come out on May 4th? Like, it's done.
Just wait a week in between.
Yeah.
If only, or like the end
double
of the
feature.
year.
I don't care.
Honestly, I'd be fine with that. Like, I got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Let's go. But like, man, like we have to wait a year, and like, honestly, now, like for this next movie, the like box office might break again.
Like, so break high.
Again,
like
because everyone
expectations are insane.
Like it's just
like Infinity War made $250 million in 3 days.
In one weekend.
Domestically, in America alone. Over 630 million worldwide.
That is mind-boggling.
And they've been marketing this. They've been pushing this movie since last July, or August, July, whenever D23 was last year. And
yeah, but like
how is this next movie gonna stack up to that?
I mean, everyone has to see what happened. That's one part of it, because no one's gonna be like. I mean, you gotta know.
Yeah.
And the other part is just like, I mean, it's gonna be huge. Like, I mean, it might be just as big, if not bigger. Like, we don't know.
True.
Because I mean, there's a solid chance that I mean this is the actual one where like people like die. Like I mean I know
Mm-hmm.
people die, but like this
I
is
mean, we
like
have Gamora
shit.
and Loki who are probably, permadead,
Yeah,
but
but like
eh,
I mean like this is the one because I mean remember because like like I almost said Tony Robert Downey Jr. and Chris
mm,
Evans they're on Avengers 4, but after that
the other contracts are running out, so like they might
that's
not come
what
back.
I'm that's what I'm saying. Like they
It's,
might not renew their contract. They might just get like this might be it.
we
Like
made
for
all the
real.
money. We're good. We can retire happily.
That's what I'm
I
saying. I
mean,
mean, they're fine.
Chris Evans got his Broadway show going, and Robert
Yeah,
Downey
they do.
Jr.'s rolling in the dough since 2008.
Well, Robert Downey Jr. is not begging for bread by any
Nah.
means. He's fine. He's
Yeah.
very fine. So,
And I just love the idea that like they specifically killed Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes, like the
I mean,
two
they
people who are
kill.
supposed to replace Captain America. It's like,
It's just.
but what?
It's like they went on every fan theory
Mm,
and killed everyone that people didn't predict to die.
yes,
And
exactly.
kept it. And like they're like, okay, everyone thinks these guys are gonna die, so let's keep them, and then let's just kill everybody else. Like,
Like,
no, just do it, it'll be fine. Like, and everyone's heart was so sad.
yeah,
Everyone's heart is sad. My heart
uh,
ached for days. I
just
couldn't. Mm.
just sat there after the movie, like this is the first time during the credits of a Marvel movie, like when you're seeing all the names of people in this movie, it's like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Tom Holland, oh, Benedict Cumberbatch, oh,
Oh.
whoops, and
Oh, like literally, it's so disappointing. And
I
like,
like that guy. I liked that guy. I like that guy. I liked that guy.
right. I mean, yeah, it's so bad. And like the thing is too, like I was watching this, like the credits go down, like there's gotta be this end credits, he has to give me something to let me know they're all right. And it's like,
Nope.
no, we're just gonna
No.
show more people dying. I'm just like, dude,
Yeah.
have you no soul?
Why'd you have to kill both of them at the end? At least
Like,
keep oh, what's her name?
Propin Shabbatsky. No, I'm just kidding. No, Maria Hill
Yeah,
or
at least
whatever.
keep her.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my God. Like, oh, everyone died. And then the scene with the
half of
helicopter.
everyone died.
I,
Yes,
I
the
know,
helicopter.
but like virtually
Mhm.
half of everyone
Yeah.
died.
Yeah,
And
the
it's
hell
so random. Yeah, the
like
helicopter. I mean, those people are actually dead too. Like, I mean,
yeah.
no, there's just people like
Well,
that. I mean, you don't
I
get a.
mean, theoretically, like half of the building the helicopter crashed into died, and like they're all probably freaking out and leaving. So, and then well, there are a bunch of car crashes that are happening everywhere. So
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
more
That
people are
happens.
dying than Thanos probably predicted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because really, if you think about it, how many people are like driving or somebody's
a,
flying a
a
plane or
plane with hundreds of
something?
people crashed somewhere in the Atlantic. It's like,
Exactly. Like it's kind of
whoops.
like oh yeah, I get maybe it's more like 60%.
Yeah.
Like if you do the math,
Like I get that most planes have multiple pilots, but like statistically, at least one of those planes, both pilots is
Wait,
gonna.
you
Sorry.
get and there's always hundreds of planes in the air at the same time.
Yeah,
Everybody's driving at the same time, and
especially
like
New York. Like,
oh yeah, like
mm,
I mean
like all
one guy
traffic was bad before.
right, and like if you've ever been like cars don't just stop if you get out of the car.
Mhm.
Like the car keeps going until it's like
Yep.
especially if you're going like on a freeway. Oh my goodness. Man. Whoa.
What?
Okay.
Weird,
Crazy weird. Okay.
weird theory? Okay.
So
Okay.
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 Not a theory. It's like this is totally stupid. But
Okay.
okay. So if a mother is having a child, but the
Uh-huh.
mother is chosen, but not the child, how does that work?
Okay. So, like, if she is giving birth as,
Like baby just got born like 5 seconds ago. They're still attached. But then like mom is gone. Is baby gone with mom or is baby its own person now?
I would. That is a very interesting point, one that no one ever considered until just now. So,
Medical mind. Boom.
Nice, nice.
Oh my gosh.
I would say the baby would be fine. There might not be a doctor to take care of it, but the baby might be
Yeah.
fine. The
That'd be so bad.
rest of the hospital's, either dead or going crazy because,
That's
people are
true.
dead.
Yeah, people are just disappearing. And it's not like they just like they fading from it. Like that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like someone's just
Like
fading from
the umbilical
existence.
cord theoretically would be fading. It's like the baby gotta feel something, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, that's terrifying. But yeah, Thanos is that guy. So
Thanos,
yeah, that's the guy
Thanos,
who
he kills
yeah,
babies.
he kills babies and potentially leaves them without a mother.
Hmm.
How will this affect you? Like, I mean, I am not a fan personally,
Nope.
but
No.
that's just me.
uh,
Uh,
okay, so I guess the last main thing we have to do is, as every reviewer should, rate the movie from 1 to 10. Which,
mm.
um, I worked last night and I was talking about it with one of my coworkers, and he accidentally said, what would you rate it between 9 to 10? And he was like, oh wait, no, 9 to 10, 9 to 10.
No,
I was like,
no,
you're
no,
not wrong.
I mean, yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. So 9. Can we do decimal points?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'd say 9.2, and
That's yeah.
yeah, that's what because it's really good. The sequences are so good. The character interactions for me is the best part of the
Yeah.
movie. Like literally, these characters we haven't seen together at this point, and they just seamlessly work great together.
Mm-hmm.
I love the interactions between Tony Stark and Doctor Strange, or Star Lord, and all these characters.
Thor, yeah.
Yeah, Thor with pretty much anybody
Yeah.
is gold in this movie. And then learning about Thanos and he's not just bad guy. Well, I mean, yes, he is a bad guy, but he's not. He has more to it than that,
Mm-hmm.
And the growing bond between Nebula and Gamora as she's watching her sister get tortured, she really feels because in the first Guardians movie she would not have cared
No.
at all.
Mm-mm.
So now she's really changed as a person. A huge development there, and just man,
Mm-hmm.
like oh, that ending is so heart wrenching.
Yeah.
I couldn't deal, but but yeah, I mean the action's amazing. It's really good.
Yeah.
And man, there's a lot of action in this movie. So yeah, 9.2.
Yeah. I'd say at a low 9.2, at a high 9.6, just depending on how much the certain nitpicks and certain story structure as a whole, how depending on how much that's annoying me in any given moment, but still 9.2 is amazing. Just
Yeah.
just like you said, every single action sequence might be some of the best action sequences of all the Marvel movies.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
definitely.
the quintessential Marvel movie. Every single character you love, even the characters that don't get a whole lot of screen time, you still see them doing cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The team ups are really cool. Just the story as a whole, I really can't find a lot that's really technically wrong with it outside of it. Yeah, I can't really. Yeah, I was trying to think of something on the spot. I can't do that much.
No, no. I mean, you gotta. It's hard. There's nothing really wrong with
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure if it's necessarily top 3 material. It's right there, either with Thor Ragnarok or right behind Thor Ragnarok. It's at least top 5 for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely my top 5. It's just who do I take off the shelf? Oh man.
See, this is weird. How in my head, whenever I do lists, number 1 and number 5 are always locked, and then in between,
Right.
I don't know if that makes any sense. Black Panther is
Yeah.
number 5 on my list, and Age of Ultron was number 4, but now I think Infinity War's number 4, Black Panther's still number 5. I don't know.
I mean, it changes. It varies a lot. That's the thing. It's really just.
And who knows? Tomorrow, maybe Thor Ragnarok is 4, Infinity War's 3. Or Winter Soldier was 3. I don't remember. Just top 5. They're all great.
It's up there. It's
all great movies.
It's a good time. It's just a great time. Oh, I can't even. But this movie was it's so much. Just
and it didn't feel like 2.5 hours. Like there were so many times when it ended, I legitimately thought, oh, now that half the team is dead, they're still going to come together and fight him again. But no,
Mhm.
it just ended. Like it didn't feel like it was 2.5 hours.
It was, yeah, I mean, I got to that point. I was like doing mentally in my head. I was like, okay, so at this point, they're probably gonna have, well, I was like, there's probably not enough time for another fight after this. This is probably gonna be the last fight. But
I
it
was thinking,
wasn't
oh,
just
we're
like,
about at the 2 hour, maybe 2 hour 10 minute mark. There's
yeah,
20 to 30 minutes left, but
yeah,
no,
because that battle really
it was
did
over.
start like, yeah, it was long. I was like, all right, they're probably not gonna do anything else
A
after like
lot happened
that.
in this movie.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, man, we were busy. Like we were all over the place. Thor got a whole hammer, like all this stuff. We got
Yeah.
multiple fights with Thanos, like, and then Thanos was like, all right, dead. Like I love how he opens the portal, just him after like
Mm.
legions of things. He's like, all right, bet, what's up? Like, I'm just like, all right, guys. Like, I'm kind of scared. He was so chill about just walking out here. Like, no, I'm like, yo, we might need to do something about that
Yeah.
because that is not okay.
Yeah. Like really, that giant army he had was just a deterrent. Like he wasn't really planning on those guys getting the Infinity Stone. He just wanted to
Oh,
stall them long enough so he could get it.
yeah, he's like, look, if you guys have fun, if you get it, that's great. You get a bonus. If not, don't sweat it.
Don't sweat it.
It's fine.
You're all expendable anyway. You're brainless
Yeah,
monsters. Like no,
this is
who
true. I
cares?
mean, half of you are gonna be gone anyway. So
Yeah, true.
are we really gonna split
Which
hairs
that's one
about
thing.
this?
I wonder if the Black Order people. I wonder if they realized that after Thanos snapped his fingers, statistically two of them were gonna bite it.
I mean, they probably. I mean, the thing about minions usually is either one, they don't care, or two, they fear Thanos more than they fear dying.
Yeah,
So it's kind of
yeah.
just
So like
like,
either like if I die by Thanos' literal hand, that's
yeah.
fine. So long as I don't, get on his bad side. He might spare me, even though he literally said it's completely random. But whatever.
So what if Thanos had been died?
That's not how this works.
Okay,
It
but
doesn't
like,
work that way.
but
He
how do
has
you
the
know?
Infinity Gauntlet.
But like statistically, especially if he's the last of his race or whatever.
Yeah, there's only one left. You can't split one in half
Also, we're
and make it
rounding
even.
up. Oh, you're telling me the
Yeah.
Infinity Stones round up?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm
They
saying.
round up. What is that?
You can't split one person
Oh,
in half, especially when that one person has the gauntlet.
yeah, okay, yeah. I guess that was kind of dumb, but I mean, I don't know. I just
I
thought that was,
understand that, yeah.
yeah. The most powerful, the most powerful entities in the universe. They use rounding rules. They use
Mhm.
the, oh my, if five and up goes up, if it was point 0.4.
Yeah. Sorry.
I just think that's really funny. Oh goodness, such a
So,
good movie,
do you
but
have any
man,
idea what the next movie's going to be named at this point? Because
named,
theoretically,
I don't
this
know.
one really probably should have been called Infinity Gauntlet because this was more about Thanos getting the stones as opposed
Yeah,
to, them actually fighting him with the stones.
right.
So,
Well, I mean,
it
that
wouldn't make
wasn't
any
the
sense
best.
for the next one to be called Infinity Gauntlet. So, what the heck are they going to call it?
I honestly, I would just, I mean, I don't know. I would just call it. I don't even know. I don't know. Like
Avengers
maybe
4. Just Avengers
yeah,
4.
or maybe Avengers 4, or I heard Avenge Us was a good one. I
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
was that because it makes sense now. Because I mean, literally half of y'all are gone. Like more
Yeah.
than half, honestly. If you
They
think
literally
about it.
need
So,
avenging at this point.
yeah, I mean, like somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time, like like actually avenging is necessary. Because like
Mm,
the other ones is like like we'll be sure to avenge you if we might not save it. But I'm like, well, you guys won, but this
yeah.
time y'all lost. So like
Big time.
avenging is actually an option for the first time. So I feel
Yeah.
like yeah, like just don't call it like event, just avenge us. Period. Like
I like
because
it.
I mean everyone will know what that means, and like maybe like the
I
world will
just
make that a slogan or something.
I just had this. Oh, that's a good idea. Avengers.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just had
yeah.
this really really stupid idea. It's just called Event.
What?
Event.
No, because half the one. No, no,
I said
no.
it was
Lies.
stupid.
Oh my god. I will. No.
That'd be
I
so
would.
meta. I would love it.
That would be so. No, I'd be. It'd be so corny. I'd just be like,
I would love it if they did.
why though? No, I
You can have
refuse
it where
to.
like the rest of it's kind of floating off in ash as the official logo.
Oh, then.
Event.
Oh my gosh. How do they? I don't know. What else could they call it?
I mean, I personally think Avengers is probably their
Yeah, that would
best
make the
bet
most
because
sense. Yeah, that would make the
I
most sense.
mean they already called it Infinity War when it should have been Infinity Gauntlet. So like there's nothing else really in Infinity related unless you wanted to call it Infinity
Okay.
Gauntlet, which wouldn't really make sense. Or
The gauntlet's destroyed anyway.
True, yeah. I mean, I guess they could always make a second one with that cast, but
Infinity Stones? Oh no.
I don't know.
No, that's kind of.
No,
It's like, yeah, but
we'll
Avengers.
find out.
If it happens, I get a gold star. So boom.
Yeah.
But write that down. Write that down. Anything else? Just like
is there anything else you just want to gush about for?
I just it's great, but it's still heavy.
And like I feel I'm gonna enjoy it even more next year once Avengers 4 comes out.
Oh yeah. That's what I think. Like it's great now, but like when it has like the other
Its sister piece to it. It's
right. You can really just like, oh man.
Which is kind of one reason. Well, yeah. Ignore that. Ignore that.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be but I think it'll be fine.
I just wish there weren't 2 Marvel movies in between. I want it now. I want it next.
Patience.
No, I won't do it.
Yeah, but basically, but man, I gotta say, I mean, we gotta wait a year, but in that time,
I guess we got stuff to hold us over.
Yeah, I know that we got so many movies coming out. We'll be fine.
Aquaman, yeah.
Yeah, no, Aquaman. I might
don't even show up. DC, don't even bother at this point.
Sell the company.
I wouldn't go that far, but like,
I'm just kidding.
Infinity War just backhanded the entire 2-month run that Justice League did in 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why? I don't care the turmoil and whatnot that happened with that movie. I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
It's on the heels of Batman v Superman right now. So like, it's not even open in China yet. So like, why even like?
That's what and China has some people. I would just be like, in response to Infinity War, Aquaman has stopped production. Shut down. So like, we'll just scrap up, try again next year, and the same thing happens again.
Because Shazam is coming out like in between Captain Marvel and Infinity War, or Avengers 4. So like, I get that you have to keep doing your thing, but like, when Marvel is showing Captain Marvel, which Shazam used to be called Captain Marvel, and then Infinity War the very next month, like you're sandwiched in between these 2 movies that one's gonna lead right into the other theoretically. So like, why even bother? We'll just delay it into the summer. Like no one will care.
We'll just go home.
No one's gonna notice.
Fall back. It's not. You're not gonna win this fight. You're not.
And like I hate that I'm saying this because I love DC, but just the way these Marvel movies are, they're just they're so good. They've been consistently good ever since Captain America: Winter Soldier. They've been consistently good ever since then. They've had a couple hiccups here and there, of course, but like overall, it's been very solid.
It's just been solid movie after solid movie, like very good. Mm-hmm. Like it's been
recently amazing movies.
Yes,
like the top 5 are all like within the past 2 years. So
yeah, I mean Thor Ragnarok was boom huge. Black Panther boom huge. I mean,
Civil War.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, man. Like,
yeah,
Marvel is. It just like you keep saying it's hit its stride, but it just keeps going. Like it still potentially hasn't peaked yet.
Mm-hmm. Like every single movie is breaking records that the past
Exactly.
movie made.
It's gonna become a trend. Which Marvel movie is gonna be the number one grossing movie now?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Like, I don't think
oh,
Ant-Man is gonna do those numbers just because it's
okay,
Ant-Man, but
no, but like, but
still,
like
still,
any other like next year's Avengers movie might beat this year. Like, I
yeah,
mean, who knows?
yeah,
Like, or Black Panther. Like, bro, like, who
yeah.
knows, man? Like, I don't
Mm.
know, but
Uh, yeah. Oh,
Marvel's.
it's gonna be quite the wait. I don't know. Like, I really hope they push Avengers 4 back up into April like they did with Infinity War. That'd
Or
be
just
nice.
bring it now. Just we've moved it up 6 months because why
Please,
not?
please, literally just have it. There's not a Marvel movie in the summer or in the this winter.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
just put
Star
it. There's
Wars isn't in December. Just throw it in
Yeah, just
December.
late
It'll be
November, early
great.
December. You got no competition. You're fine.
Not that any the competition would matter, but I
Yeah,
mean, like, oh man. But yeah, alas, we must wait
yeah.
again.
Again.
What were we talking about? Just wait till Infinity War.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
man.
and we've for the past 10 podcasts, even in the one we ranked all the Pixar movies, we still talked about this movie.
I know. And now it's finally happened.
It
And
is here and past, and we're
man,
still probably going to talk about it for the next couple too. So
this is true. And it didn't disappoint. So I
no, it
mean,
did not. Like,
oh man.
it very much so met, and most aspects exceeded expectations.
Good
So that's
expectations. It
good
was
in my eyes.
amazing. It was whew.
Yeah.
Just take a seat at. I mean, just go to a quiet place after. Just like
Mm,
man, I
yeah.
had to think, I did do some soul searching after that movie. I was just like,
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, good review. Okay.
So
So, tell us in the comments what you all thought of this movie. Did you like it? Did you think it led up to the hype? What parts were you disappointed about? Do you have any name suggestions for Avengers 4? Like to have a discussion going down below? And with that, we will see you all next time.